Hello, everybody, and welcome to the kimchicast for the first series of the World Championships. We got the play-in stage round 1 for Bracket A today, and that means we got my favorite team, PSG Talon, taking on Rainbow7 in match 1, and then later we have Loud up against not the Gigabyte Marines, GAM Esports. And I'm hype. I've been waiting all year for this moment to finally get to watch all this international play. It's going to be hype. And as always, I am Mox Kimchi, your favorite non-binary caster, here to bring you all the action from the worst point of view. You may want to watch an actual professional, but you can watch me, a bumbling idiot, talk for no reason over the game and make the experience significantly worse. But you're here with me anyways as we get into the first of 8 BO3s? Is it 8 or 6? 4. That's how math works. 4. I'm doing the math. It's not working. It's 8 or 9 BO3s. And so, just really quickly, the rundown here. So, this is Bracket A. The winner of this match will face the winner of GAM Loud. And then the winner of that will go into the qualifiers. The losers of this match, the loser of this match and GAM Loud go to the lower bracket, where they will face off in a BO3 to determine. And the winner of that goes to face the loser of round 2, and double elim, best of 3s. The team that wins, that goes 2-0, and the team that goes 2-1 will advance to the qualifying matches, where they will face bracket A seed 1 faces bracket B seed 2, and vice versa. And the winner of those BO5s will advance to the first ever World's Swiss stage, and that's going to be exciting. Now, I do think PSG Talon are the better team. Latin America has been a historically weak region. Rainbow7 are maybe the best team Latin America's ever. This year's Rainbow7 might be the strongest team ever assembled by the Latin American League, though. So, can never count them out. The LLA is very top-heavy, same with the PCS, so these are the best of the best. No questions from their regions. LLA swept their way here. PSG nail-biting Game 5. And we're going. Look at this. Oh, I'm so excited. I finally get to cast my absolute boys. And you see that Lee Sin being banned out. Odie and Junjia known for their Lee Sin. No, Junjia is not really known for his Lee Sin, actually. But Lee is very powerful right now, and teams are afraid. The Poppy banned away. We haven't really seen too much Poppy. Poppy wasn't even contested in the first series, actually, in the BO5 between the Golden Guardians and Team BDS. I was going to say the Mad Lions. Why? Senna banned away. That's an interesting one, actually. Waco and Woody have played a little bit of Senna Nautilus, I believe, throughout the PCS summer season. But Senna not really a power pick right now. Is it going to be a fringe pick throughout the rest of the tournament? I don't believe so, but the crit changes are going to be nice. The Akali going away. Miru got his hands on Akali a lot during LLA 2023, and, well, they won both splits, so you can tell how well that's gone. And Vi, just a very strong pick going away. Now, PSG, before I get into the draft picks, that's going to be nice for Waco. That would also be nice for Waco and Maple. Maple returns to PSG Talon, and they've looked better than ever. The team that you knew in 2020, Junji is getting his hands on Jarvan, a very powerful pick. But the team from 2020 that made that miracle run through the play-in stage, not even a miracle run, but made a dominant run to the group stage, who went 3-3, 1 win away from qualifying for the playoffs. They haven't really matched that ever since. So this is going to be PSG's first real chance to prove that they've improved, because they've only gotten slower. This team plays so... That was the main criticism entering MSI, is PSG played so slow and safely that it really only worked because they were 5 of the best players in the PCS. But now they have Maple back. They have that pacing. They have that speed that they can play with and take advantage of. And now you see 2 massive picks. Sayo going to get his hands on Ezreal, a champion that he has always gotten his hands on, and Bong going back to the Renekton, a familiar and powerful pick for this World Championship and throughout the season, really. And Xayah now coming in for Waco. Waco, Woody, Woody, don't even get me started. If you give Woody Rakan, it might be game over. This guy has played so much Rakan over the past 2 years on this roster, and there's a reason he definitely is in love with the idea that Rakan is meta right now and is going to want to show Rainbow7 why that is. And Talia coming through. We saw Talia 2 out of the 3 games yesterday against Team BDS, and it only worked once, really. So this is going to be interesting as the teams have gone 2 different directions. This is going to be solo lane bans coming out from Rainbow7. Meanwhile, you're going to see jungle and support bans coming through. And there's Maple's Orianna immediately taken away. You remember Worlds 2020. You remember Maple having that Orianna and doing kind of whatever he wanted with it. And Ori's definitely stronger right now, especially with the mid lane meta kind of still trying to find its footing after all the recent changes to its main carry. Sejuani taken away, just a very powerful jungle. We might just see 2 jungle bans here. They should not really need to worry about the support. Unless they want to get rid of a Nautilus per se. But if I'm PSG, I get rid of Maokai next. You want to get rid of that Sejuani, you want to get rid of that Maokai. Let the Jarvan be the aggressive jungler in this matchup. Jax taken away, a nice counter removed from the hands of Aji. And the Maokai, as I was saying, PSG play it safe. Want it gone. Rel, very powerful though. All 4 games now have had Rel banned away. What is this Fiddlesticks hover? Lion's known for his... not known for his off-meta picks, but that's going to be a Viego locked in. Viego's still a champion that is very viable, and Adi played it all the way to the finals and to the World Championships and has made it work throughout the year. I was going to say the Karma would not be too out of Lion's repertoire. He's pulled it out a couple times, but I don't think it's the answer into a Rakan right now, and you're going to see Maple on this Nico now. A champion he's found plenty of success with on the release and throughout the entire summer season, as we've seen her come back into relevance throughout with her mini rework of her passive and her ultimate. And now it's just going to be a top lane. They're going to have my second strongest jungler on the patch, but this is going to... whoa, what is this? And it's going to be a very PSG draft as they draft a 3rd carry for the top lane. And that Nautilus coming straight through as I expected. Nautilus may be going to be the most contested champion on this patch in terms of champions who actually get through. So far, Rel leads the bans with 100% presence through the 4 games, but that's not Worlds. All these champions have 100% presence so far entering the World Championships now, but Rakan, a lot of these, Rakan, Nautilus, Ezreal, Renekton, Xayah, Jarvan are going to be very contested. Nico, maybe not so much, but Nico will be definitely a champion to look out for throughout this entire tournament as people, again, the players continue to try and determine what on earth is this going to be. And it's really just down to the question of how's it going to play out now? It's all out to execution, and PSG are the better team on paper by a large margin. The PCS is a stronger, much, much stronger region than the LLA ever will be. But Rainbow7 have one thing, the second most decorations in League of Legends history. I did not mention this on stream. I actually mentioned it just before I started. They have 15 championships throughout their history. in Latin America. They are the second most decorated team, only behind Detonation Focus Me, actually. And they're looking to make it the first time this region has escaped the play-in stage at the World Championships. Meanwhile, PSG look to continue their streak with their third straight group stage. Actually, fourth straight group stage. I lied. And we're just about to get onto the Rift here. And we're starting. Welcome to the play-in stage. Best of threes, as you see those 2 ticks up there instead of the 3 you're used to. It's first to 2 will advance to the qualifying match. The loser will go to the loser's bracket. And it'll all make sense later once I remember how to count. Now we see the aggressive vision coming through for both sides. Very, very simple, traditional. No shockers here in terms of runes or anything. Very, very simple. Going to be a very poke-esque cannon, it seems. Nothing crazy. Doesn't seem like there's going to be any crazy strategies here. Yup, nothing special. Renekton taking that second win, knowing it, that he's going to need it against this cannon. And Junjia just making a very good clear here. It's just going to be which jungler can get active faster. Jarvan very much the stronger jungle, and that bot lane is looking like it's going to be what needs. If they get the push, this is going to be absolutely massive, as Miru looking to lay down a combo there. Not going to get to land it. Lions playing very aggressively, lands the hook onto Woody. But Lions is just going to get traded back a lot, and Woody's going to get a lot of good healing off of that. Seo's trying to play aggressive. They know what they need to do to win this. They have level 2 advantage. They want to push it. And Jarvan's just walking away. They knew that Junjia was not going to be able to answer that at all. Aja just abusing his range advantage against Bong. This should be a very simple matchup for him to win for now. To win lane, not win fights later. And his whole goal is just going to be punish Bong as best as he can. Aja looking to get some hits onto Bong to continue just harassing. Oh, boy. This bot lane, a lot of push Bong. Yeah, Aja is just going to continue to bully. Now, the thing about this bot lane is one wrong move here by either side, and this is going to be a good fight. Woody, Lion's going to get rooted up. Actually, they're going to be able to trade back quite a bit. Trading damage onto the Rakan in exchange for a lot onto Lions is not ideal. Especially because Lions doesn't have any escape. Lions hooks in, he has to flash out if he gets caught. Meanwhile, Woody has that Battle Dance available. And he has that Q. He has Gleaming Quill to just keep him healed up. Adi getting deep vision here and just going to get the back off. And both junglers are going to reset here, and it looks like they're going to start setting up for their bot lane gank. Or, well, for their first ganks, as we see Adi going top side, and we see Junjia setting up for his Krugs into bot lane. But this vision will deny any potential lane gank if they even think about doing one. Teleports burned. Both teleports burned on the side of R7, so that's going to be reset advantage to PSG, but item advantage to Rainbow7, obviously. And immediate null magic mantle, going to be a strong boots rush for Bong. A strong Merc Treads rush for Bong without any real questions. A nice stun onto Bong from Aja with the very delayed passive stacks. Thing is, Maple doesn't really need to worry. They just need the CS lead early. And that's what Aja's getting. That's what Maple's getting a little bit. Almost an entire 2 waves ahead on both solo lanes. They're a lane ahead in the bot lane. And that's really going to be it. The jungle doesn't need to worry too much about it. Maple knows exactly where Adi is, so no gank's going to happen here. Unless Maple wants to really bait out a play. They don't know Junjia's here, actually. This could be a massive bait. Maple trapping. Nice trap onto Adi. Nice combo onto the Viego. Junji has so much damage with the Conqueror, but just not going to be able to get it all. And only a flash burned by Maple, so it's actually a W for Rainbow7 there. Ooh. Adi just can't really gank now. And this bot lane stacking the wave again. Lions and Sayo have been just stacking and crashing without the crash, actually. PSG have been answering very well with the wave crashes. Bong is really going to have to play his dominance properly. A nice hook onto Woody again. And Lions with the shield, not going to take any damage. Nice healing there. Good maneuvering of spells. Good spell weaving. There we go. That's the word. Placement. Bong without dominance is going to be a real threat. Adi's just going to be able to solo this as Viego. And his bot lane pushed into the enemy turret. Sayo, a nice timed hex jump. Oh, Flash, Waco, a nice cleanse, but the Ignite's going down. Woody, the Q dodge is barely there with the shield coming right back up. But that's going to be dangerous. Adi can come bot side. Mirror's looking to come bot lane as well. Where's that ulti? The question is, where's the Weaver's wall going to go? And it's not going to go anywhere as they back off. This could have been huge. R7 get a good dragon out of that still, and the threat of the Weaver's Wall really had to make the bot lane of PSG back up a ton. Now it is still a massive lead, 37-63 for Aja up in the top lane. 67-59, so a slightly smaller lead, and R7 actually have the lead currently because of that dive threat. A nice root onto Sayo, though. Good weaving there. Good spell weaving by Waco to land a excess root. This Jarvan has not been able to get active, though. R7's bot lane backed at just the right time to deny him any potential lane or just a regular gank. And then getting spotted out there really stopped him from diving Bong earlier. Featherstorm is going to be a nice addition to have here, as he can now dodge any amount of spells. First plating over to Aja. Junjia. Woody, a nice block, and not going to get anything. Woody is just going to get jumped on, though, and a nice grand entrance away. Has to burn the flash, though. And Rainbow7 are getting an advantage here. Oh, there is the Rift Herald. They did not know where it was. Junjia had taken it all the way to his blue side. And this is just going to be a reset here for Miru. They use Woody's flash only there. That was a very misfortunate place to put a rock for Mirror. Just missing Woody. Expecting the flash to come out earlier from Woody, probably. And it doesn't pay off. They have Sayo down up at mid lane now, so this is going to be a lot harder for Waco to answer to, really. They have Aja coming. A nice hook onto Junjia. Going to lock him down. A nice combo, but they need to get Aja in there. The flash, ulti, the slicing maelstrom's only going to find Lions. It's going to be first blood to Sayo, though. Sayo's going to be able to do so much. Miru coming for the back line, going to knock Woody right into him. An ulti, the Pop Blossom's going to find nobody, and Aja has to run for the hills. It's a double kill for Sayo. It's a 3-for-1 for Rainbow7. A nice first fight here of the game. And that's going to be a big gold swing onto your Ezreal, which is exactly what you want. They went early. Aja stuck out. Sayo's in danger, though. Sayo doesn't have any damage. No available spells to run. No flash, no heal, no arcane shift. And Aja punishes greed by Sayo. shutting him down for his second kill, and he is so accelerated in this game. 92 CS. So much CS ahead. That is brutal. But look at this fight. Look at where the Kennen is. Kennen's nowhere to be found, and the hook onto Junjia means they have to go in. And then by the time Aja gets in there, Odie's already out of the circle. And then he's just on the wrong side. Maple not able to catch anybody out because Adi has the Jarvan soul. And then so well played by Aji. Seo wasting his arcane shift, and it's gonna cost him. It's an 800 gold lead though. But that double kill, 900, not double kill with first blood, is 900 gold lead for Seo now. And that's going to be the most painful part. That has to be painful that such a strong champion has such a massive lead. And Junjia still not able to get on the map, has been mostly reactive. Rainbow7 have been shutting him down for the most part. Renexion does have some gold, but even with the boots, it's nothing. Even with tenacity boots, and even with an extra 30 or like 15 MR, he's just getting blown up. They know where this play is. They know Junji is nearby because of that control ward in the river. So there's going to be nothing coming out here from Miru. Miru's very aware of the play here. Total damage. Aja is a monster. 3,000 ahead of his nearest opponent, who is Seo, who is also having an incredible game so far. And this is going to be a Drake taken. Yeah, they don't know where Adi is, but they do know they have full push in bot lane right now. And it's going to be a Chemtech Drake over to PSG. And we're finally going to see what soul we're having. Adi's still not spotted. They're going to try and drop this Herald for the plates. And Adi's just going to have to give up. It's going to be a Hex Tech, which both teams can really use right now, as it's one of the strongest souls on the patch. Overload top lane fails as Aja answers perfectly with it. Loops all the way around instead of contesting Bong's push as he was supposed to. And plays it very correctly. And PSG are just going to get this push in bot lane and just get out of there. Is Lions going to throw a random hook? Nope. Waco just playing around Aji, checking all around him. Maple doesn't know Adi's here, but that's just going to be a Herald crash. And that's going to be another plating onto Aji. A nice dodge there by Maple. Very aware of the situation. And that's 2 plates. It's 1 hit away, actually. So if Maple cannot drop a plating right now, actually. Never mind. Maple would have to sack the next wave. And 2 waves would need to be pushed by Miru to lose a plating. As they look in the river, they saw Adi. They might have wanted to go for a scuttle play, but there was no scuttle play. Woody, nice dodges. Good footwork by Woody and Maple there to avoid getting thrown into a full Talia combo. The platings, only 3 for each side. Very tame on the turret sieging abilities. Adi pretty much using his Rift Herald out of obligation more than anything else. And there's Nico dancing with Miru as Maple throws a very big Bursting Bloom. Is it Bursting Bloom? It's Pop Blossom. Repeat Blue? I don't know. And look at that lane eco. That kill onto Seo. 1,000 gold ahead now. And the gap has closed a lot for Waco just through farming. They don't know. They don't know. Adi's stunk. He's going to have to ulti away. A nice Weaver's Wall coming in. Seo. Junji is so far out of position. A nice ulti flash, but he's not going to be able to answer anything. Woody is going to get knocked back into Miru. The Feather Storm to avoid any of the CC. Woody trying to catch Miru, but Miru can run away right now. But here comes Maple. A nice dodge there. Waco, the turret shot's going to secure the kill onto Miru, and it's going to be a 2-for-1 for PSG Talon. A good wall coming through to trap Junjia again. A bit too aggressive from the Jarvan, but his team was able to turn it around this time for mostly good, for a pretty solid trade. It's a very good answer. Another look. This is such a good move onto Adi, but they don't have any damage yet to burst him down. And Adi's just able to flash out again. Now this teleport. Both teleports canceled. One teleport canceled. The second teleport comes through. And Miru just dies to the turret. I forgot. It's a 1-for-1. My bad. Aja trying to teleport. Bong able to catch him. And Bong doesn't have a flash yet. He just used it to try and escape. Does have the slice, have the dice. They can't dive here. And they're going to try and get this turret in mid. How on earth is Bong playing? Bong is playing so on the edge. Waco doesn't have ulti. He needs to be very careful here. Maple behind, actually. A massive 3-man Pop Blossoms immediately found the teleport coming out from Bong. Now trying to chase onto 4. The dominant slice dice away. And an incredible play by PSG to catch them out. They get a turret on the side of Rainbow7, but they find a massive kill on Teseo on the side of PSG. A great 3-man Pop Blossom to really regain the control here. That teleport from Bong wasted too, having to immediately run away. It's going to be a good almost 1k gold lead. This is going to swing a bit over to the 800 side now because of the kill onto the Rift Herald. This might also be another 500 gold drop because Junjia has found Adi, so no turret stopping. Aja will get this turret, which is another 150 gold swing. And it's even. Actually, it is fully even. I believe that was a few hundred gold. Nice dodges from Woody there. Waco eating some damage, but it's not really going to matter. It's not that dangerous of a situation. This is already better than the first series. Dear God, Worlds Qualifying Series could not. Worlds Qualifying Series could never do this. Aja looking for the play. Junjia staring down Adi again, not going to hit the EQ. A nice dodge there by Woody. The Pop Blossom again is going to keep Odie from moving, and Lions is also stuck there. Miro on the wrong side of the wall, and it's going to be chased down. Time for PSG Talon as Maple secures the second kill of the fight. And now you see the momentum shifting. Bong not going to get jumped on by Aji. No chance he jumps on it there. And now it's a 1,000 gold lead the other direction. PSG have gotten it together. They will get the first turret, or the second turret down, mid-tier 1 down. Actually, they won't. But nice damage onto Bong, and they're just going to leave. They had almost the entire turret, and they're just going to back up. Hextech, no one's going to really be able to contest Hextech, and PSG could just make this play. Look at this. They commit hard here. Maple. Beautiful flash rocket belt. Pop Blossom. And Seo's dead a third time. And then Adi's just... This probably would have been a bit easier with that, but no flash, no Heartbreaker available. Adi is not scared at all. And his damage dealers are nowhere near. A nice EQ. Nice flag and drag right onto Lions to secure that kill. And it's going to be another uncontested dragon as they are sieging topside, but they're not going to be able to finish it. Aji's right there. And with the Nautilus backing, Miru can get jumped on by the Kennen here. Aji playing very safe, though, actually. This is going to take so long. Look at that damage already. 12,000 from Aji already. And now he's confident. Nice dodge on the throw, another rock. On the big rock, even. Nice combo onto Bong. Only going to hit one of the resets. Oh, Junji's flag and drag gonna get canceled. He's gonna get locked down here. That's 3 members of Lions. Or, not of Lions! Oh, and Adi able to jump the wall into the Heartbreaker, just not letting him escape. Burns his flash, too. And Rainbow7, get it done. They get their payback kill. I just need to check something really quick. But that's not bad at all. And now they're coming topside, looking to punish Aji. I don't think they will, but should be. And Woody's right here, just in case they want to jump in and get dancing. But they will not start a fight. Blooming Burst, that's the name of it. Sorry, I had to look that up. I really wanted to know what it was. Look at this. A really nice hook. Perfectly timed by Lions to stop that flash, but the Heartbreaker over. That's gotta be depressing. But another turret down. That's gonna be the 3rd turret. All tier 1s down now on the side of Rainbow7. Adi needs to start taking over this game. He's been trying, and it's been a good effort so far by Rainbow7. But PSG still have a lead. Junjia backing up, knowing Sayo and Lions are stepping up and wanting to get something out of it. A nice control ward there to gain vision control. Bong can't really contest Maple, but Miru can contest Maple. A nice teleport, a nice rocket belt to catch 2 in the Pop Blossom, and here comes Aji with a slicing Maelstrom of the hook onto. Ooh, the hook's not going to really do much. A nice double flash force with the Cataclysm. Woody's in there. Woody has to run. Aji's going to be traded down bot lane by Bong, though. Nice roots to keep the carries away. Adi's going to go down. It's going to be 2 kills. Woody's going to secure the kill with the Ignite. And it's going to be a 2 for 2. Sayo can't really chase Waco here. No chance of chase, but incredible plays on both sides here. R7 making the dive work in the bot lane. Nice jukes there by Waco. What on earth happened, actually? Because we went mid, so let's see. This is a nice Pump Blossom to force, but this is 2 flashes forced as well out of the side of R7. What happens? The chase by Aji. He's going to be very greedy, and the combo just missing on Maple. That's got to be tough. That Pop Blossom is pretty much your only chance, and this is going to be 2 traded kills back mid. Both teams throwing everything back out here. Perfectly timed flashes and everything. Oh my goodness. Perfectly timed flashes by Lions and Odie to really secure those kills. Junji is going to get traded back, though. But it's a 2 for 1 in the mid lane. One of the kills does go onto your Rakan, but the other goes onto a Jarvan that has 2 items now. That Spear is going to be so valuable. That Shojin. Gold graph is up and down. This has been a back and forth game. It's been such a good back and forth game at that. It's really going to be a fight for control. Maple's looking at level 15 now. It's... oof, so close. The items are really coming through now. You see the Moramana. But this Kennen is going to be the difference maker. This Kennen's going to be it. Sadly, he's gone a bit more of a supportive build, so we're not going to be seeing pure explosion Kennen out of Aji. With that rocket belt being very helpful, but the Morello's mostly a supportive item, but it's still needed item. Nico using that hourglass, pretty much keeping herself alive. Yeah. Aji is kind of the main damage dealer when it comes to team fighting on the initial engage. I'm not a huge fan of the Morellos. R7. No ulti going to connect there. And R7 are going to have to walk in kind of blind here to this fight. Sayo, a massive amount of damage onto Waco there from Sayo with those Qs. This is very good choke control from R7. No overcommits from them either, and that's what's going to matter. They are not overcommitting at all. And Waco's just in the middle of nowhere, but a nice route, a nice quickness into the battle. Into the grand entrance is going to find 2 more. The Canada ulti, a nice flash, finds 2 more kills. Are you kidding me, PSG Talon? You find 4 there? Waco was in such terrible positioning, and PSG Talon use it to bait all of Rainbow7 into overcommitting, and they're going to find 4 kills. Its Lines is going to need a recall here. They have no damage until Adi comes up in 10 seconds. And they're just going to get out. The hook to try and catch anybody out there, but this is just going to be a free Baron, it seems. The second Maple, of course, is always everyone's favorite Maple. Adi. We've seen some bad Hex techs. Adi. That's so much damage onto Woody there. Mirror's coming in. The Baron going to be taken. Adi's going to have to Heartbreaker over the wall to flash out. Bong. In the middle of no man's land, and PSG Talon are just going to be able to run for the hills here. There's nothing to stop them from escaping. And Rainbow7 trade their lives for a Baron. Look at this. Such good timings from Waco. Such good spacing and awareness here. And then just the rest of PSG Talon jumping in. I mean, Maple, really the hero of this play. And they're going to be all behind. Junjia in danger. Onto Seo. A nice hourglass to keep, a nice stasis to keep himself alive for just a little bit longer, but they don't really have anything. Lions is going to be caught out here. A lot of damage. A nice true shot barrage and a nice block of the stun. Adi's immediately going to be taken out. The good, but a nice jump away by Seo to keep himself alive there. PSG Talon are playing this to perfection. Oh my goodness. They've just been playing so well. I'm still not over Waco's spacing on that, and the tangle barbs from Maple. Perfectly timed tangle barbs to stop 2 massive engages onto their ADC. And PSG Talon have turned this game on its head. They have a 6,000 gold lead. This is huge. They're maybe going to get an inhibitor here. Seo now with the opportunity to get out of there. They're just able to eat damage, but that Sorelda's is going to be nice. A nice engage onto Junjia, but is going to be able to escape. Waco getting ulted now by the depth charge. Getting it by the depth charge. Lions, the burn. Burn, baby, burn. Woody secures his 2nd kill of the game. And this might be the end here, actually. They have Baron, they have ultimates. Junjia goes in a bit too deep and gets taken out. A nice stun onto Mira. Mira's going to go draw by Maple. Goes golden. Seo. It's Seo and Adi versus the world. Hits the clone. A nice grand entrance with the quickness. And PSG Talon take game 1 in incredible fashion. It was not clean at all. It was messy and kind of gross. But it doesn't matter, because PSG Talon are now 1 win away from entering winners finals now in this. This is kind of a big deal for them. This should be child's play. They are heavy favorites in this series. They should be able to win this no problem. And game 1 was kind of stressful, but they come back in the end. That is the wrong direction. I am sorry. You can't see the wrong direction, but it was the wrong direction. There it is. But R7 played insanely well. There's nothing. I can sing the praises of PSG Talon all I want, but I can't say PSG Talon should look better here when Rainbow7 looked incredible through the early game. It fell apart because one really big overstep onto Waco, really. Waco was the big deciding factor that took them out of this game. And PSG Talon got that advantage and was able to end in that like 2.5 minute period. Just incredible play by PSG Talon. Rainbow7 look really good, though. I really, really, really am liking their team play right now. Seo's looked menacing. So strong. And we'll come back to it as we wait for game 2. All right, welcome back to the kimchicast for the World Championships as we are about to enter draft number 2. It is 1-0 PSG Talon, as shown before. I am Box Kimchi, your favorite non-binary caster, as we enter game 2, enter draft for game 2. PSG Talon Rainbow7 had a banger game 1, though, as we are in draft. Very interesting stuff, I know. But you see some of the crucial bans here. R7 on the red side. They choose red side. Nico Jarvan gone immediately. Rel gone. She's just too strong in the jungle right now. And you see Miru's Akali getting targeted again. PSG actually don't shift in. Junjia going to go onto one of his most played jungles of the year as his most played jungles of the year. We get the Maokai first pick. And now this should be a Sejuani trade with a Xayah, it seems, coming through for Seo. It should. I say should be a Sejuani secure for Adi here, as it is the other strong jungle on the patch, unless they want to go Vi for some shield busting and some forward positioning and face tanking and shield busting and damage and armor shredding, all that stuff. And we are going to see the Sejuani come through. Adi's probably most played champion, as is, again, most players, most played as most jungles have their most played. I mean, it's very, very, very simple. Understandable, even. Oops. That's not set up properly. That explains a lot. There it is. And the Jace coming through. Now, you see a very popular champion in the Eastern League of Legends scene. It's very, very popular over in the East. If you've seen if you've heard any Chinese players talk, you give Jace, the game is over. Jace is one of the most dominant one of the most dominant champions over there. I'm pretty sure had such a high win rate in China that if you didn't ban it, like, your team accused you. Literally, you would be accused of throwing the game if you didn't ban Jace against any. You didn't ban Jace, you were accused of throwing. That's how strong that champion was all season, by the way. All year, this champion has been a menace, as it has been in most years, but this year, more than ever, no one's able to beat it, as it is unbelievably strong. Like, unbelievably strong. Oof. As we go all split. In the top lane. Most wins, Cassante. But if we actually go here... What the hell is... 2 seconds, please. Alright, back. Sorry, something came up really quickly. But, as I was saying before, the cannon banned away, obviously. But it's an interesting ban as... Oh, they're afraid Maple's going to take it. But throughout China, which is not PCS, but this is where I was referencing, China had a 63.5% win rate for Jace throughout the summer season, not including playoffs. And Jace, otherwise... Where's Jace on here? Had a 62.5% win rate in 40 games. So, the Jace sphere, very, very valid throughout the world. Now, Cassante, on the other hand, the winningest champion. The most wins of any team, or of any champion, in terms of rate. And we're going to see the Rumble. This is Aja's jungle. He's very good at it. I believe it's Aji. I'm sorry. I pronounce it both ways simultaneously. But this is going to be Maple's Jace. And we're going to see Waco's Sivir coming out. We saw Sivir come out once earlier for Team BDS, and it worked out so well. They won the series 3-0. They only played it once. But with the Ezreal band, you kind of got to go out the way, but it's going to be Kaisa? No. Aphelios. Waco has played a lot of Aphelios over the past 2 years, as most ADC players probably have, and it's going to be the Orianna lock-in, and it's going to just make a really, really scary situation for for PSG's team fight fears. Yeah, that's the sentence we're going to use for that. Now, it's going to be really... This is going to be a really good team fighting comp with the Maokai and with the ultimate, you know what it's called. I don't know what it's called, obviously. We're just going to keep this open. I don't know why I keep closing it. I should really keep this open. What is it? It's called... I should know what it's called, by the way. But ability names are really hard. That's Nature's Grasp. God, that's such a bad name for an ability. That doesn't make sense. But with the Nature's Grasp, with the collateral damage, the Equalizer. Collateral damage is Graves' ultimate. I have no clue why I did that one. Anyways. Yeah. Equalizer with Grand Entrance and the quickness. It's going to be really strong. And that Maokai ultimate. And then you have Jace to just lay down damage from 5 screens away. You have the Aphelios, which is just going to be a very strong late-game insurance champion with that Jace. PSG Talon got to be feeling good about this game. No questions asked. PSG Talon, if I were them, I'm feeling good. But if I'm Rainbow7, I'm feeling good about this still, even after losing Game 1, obviously. I'm feeling good about this. You've made it a very, very good-looking game so far. I mean, you looked insanely good until the very last second. And that's really the only thing that held you back there was the end of the game. Was that one bad mid-game fight and allowing PSG to kind of just run away with this game. So really, that's the only thing I'm worried about is just as long as they don't surrender that control to PSG again. I think R7 are in good position to make this a 3-game set. No doubts about it. And again, no weird runes here. Just very, very traditional. You'll see Woody opting for the Guardian this time into the Xayah Nautilus instead of the Glacial Augment. But even then, reminder that losing this doesn't lose the game. Maple's going to lose his first strike, but it's going to be a nice even trade for both sides. And again, R7 loss isn't the end of their tournament as it would have been.
No school today?
Or what? Sorry. But R7 still have a lower bracket run against the loser of Loud and the Gigabyte Marines, or former Gigabyte Marines. So there's still meaningful games to be played for Rainbow7, even if they lose this one specific game. Oh, a nice combo right there onto Aja. But Bong is going to be able to trade, or he's going to be traded back pretty hard. And you see Lions again onto this Woody. Nice pair of roots, and Woody's going to be brought real low, only having Grand Entrance here. And it's going to be a nice early trade onto Waco and Woody. This could be a big deal, actually, for Rainbow7. They chose red side for a reason. They came prepared to play on a red side. Now, for me, I'm looking at Woody, or at Maple this game. A nice, ooh, that minion throwing the game. Waco throwing away his Q, though. I mean, oof. Insanely well played by the Rainbow7 bot lane so far. Holy cow, they are making Waco and Woody look like the worst teams in Latin America, even. But, I mean, anything lands at this point. Waco's in grave danger. This is Sayo getting his hands on the Xayah. Again, there's only been a handful of ADCs this season, so he's been very, A lot of the ADCs right now are very well versed in how the popular champions work. Diving under the tower. Waco's going real low. A nice cleanse to get rid of the ignite, though. And Waco, hands and reflexes of a god. But insane play by Rainbow7 still. Even being able to set up that dive is just such a good awareness of your game con. And they're going to try and get Woody here. They're going to try and dive Woody. That's going to be a massive plating. Good gold swing. I'm impressed Adi didn't come down to go for a dive there. I would have went for it, but I also am bad at the game, so who knows. I'm not a pro player. And again, this is Rainbow7. This is, as I said earlier, this is probably the best team Latin America's ever assembled. The best individual team Latin America's ever assembled, without question. And this is going to be their best chance to qualify yet. This region's only been improving. They're still considered one of the worst in League of Legends, but they are. It's been only improvements on the side of Rainbow7 and co. They've even been contested recently, so that's been what matters. As you've seen Team A's go to MSI a few years ago, about a year back. This would, and beating PSG would be massive, as this would be their most valuable win to date. Their most valuable win in Latin America. And Aja is just going to get a nice trade there, right onto Bong. He doesn't really have anything, doesn't have the all-out yet to really cancel any of his combo. And he's not going to be able to hit the Qs from the range that Rumble's able to hit anything from. So he's feeling pretty safe, running face first into Bong. They're going to spot out Adi here. They will not. The blast cone goes the other direction, so they will not know. Adi was just clearing vision behind him to ensure that no one was following him, but here comes Junjia. Miru going to flash away here. A nice shockwave, but knocked away from his turret now. He's going to be very safe here. Miru not going to get hit by the Q, and now here comes a counter gank by Adi. But Adi's going to need a flash Q here through all these minions. A nice flash W onto Woody, or onto Seo by Woody, forcing out the cleanse. And that's going to be a nice trade back by this PSG bot lane, who have been kind of struggling all game. Instant teleport back from Aja. Has the equalizer. A nice dodge by Waco, just surviving by the skin of his teeth. If that hit, that probably would have been over for him. He doesn't have cleanse here. They're going for a dive. What? Waco's a bit early on this play, and Waco's going to drop for... No way he doesn't get first blood. Woody's going to secure first blood somehow, and this Portal Combat wins out in the end. A misplay by PSG, no questions. Early misplay by PSG there, but Woody just starts tanking beforehand. R7, unable to finish an ugly kill under the turret, an ugly dive, no questions about it. That was ugly for PSG, but it works out, and that's what matters. They get the 400 gold swing. They get the 100 gold swing in their favor. Now it's a 400 gold lead for the side of PSG Talon. Oh my goodness. Very lucky Woody was tanking there, because that looked like it was going to be catastrophic for the PSG bot lane for a second. And Bong going to go in, going forwards. Sorry, I'm reading my Twitter right now, and my Discord, because they want to bother me at the moment. Anyways, 300 gold lead now. It's going to be a 300 to 400 gold lead for a while, just dancing around that few hundred range because of the first blood and the slight farm advantage that is in the top lane pretty much. Again, Aji, massive lead, and this is going to be a lot of force out. Woody's going to be able to jump in. Junjia hits back. There's no flash from Seo for some reason, and Waco's going to find his first kill of the game. Lions getting real low, but there's no ultimate to chase him. No Moonlight Vigil to chase him. And good kills onto the Aphelios. Waco's going to be able to get that advantage that he's been needing now. And that's going to be more XP, more gold missed by Seo, as he misses another crash due to dying a second time. And that's going to be huge. Waco has ultimate. Woody has ultimate. Sayo and Lions will not get ulti. And they're going to miss an entire wave of XP and gold. A second one for Sayo as well. The Jace hasn't been really able to take over. The 18 gold, the 18 CS lead for Maple so far has been really strong. Junjia being chased. Another flash. Another WQ onto Miru. The Shockwave's going to find nobody. Maple knocks it away. The kill is going to go to Woody, who gets his 4th kill of the series with the Ignite. And it's ticking away for Rainbow7 right now. I mean, Junjia all over. He probably heard that I was talking trash about his lack of early game pressure on Jarvan last game and decided to prove me wrong entirely. And has been everywhere to start this game. Woody's just going to need a run. The hook from Lion's not even going to come out, but the pressure was enough to force out a spell from Woody. This could be a Drake coming through. Waco with a nice maneuvering, though, and the hook's just not going to land onto the minions. It goes. Lion's going to get traded on pretty hard. Waco, Sayo can still run forward here. Here comes Adi, by the way. The ult's not going to land, and that would have been it. Waco had cleanse, but they couldn't even force a spell out there because the flail doesn't land. But this is going to be a dragon trade anyways. Adi able to tank it pretty much by himself as they get the Herald on the top side. Now, that was pretty brutal, all things considered. They're going to spot it out, but Junjia's all the way on top side securing a Rift Herald, so there's going to be no contest, really. Adi wasn't going very fast on the dragon, but as I said, he's able to tank it, and they know where Junjia is, but in response, they know where Adi is, and he will lose some camps. Maple's behind 2 waves right now. This is what Bong wants. Bong wants Aji to start walking his way. He has the ulti. The ult coming out from Junjia now. He's going to be ulted. The pull in. Aji able to flash away. Here comes Miru looking for anything. Can't find Aji just yet. The vision, he needs to land this shockwave, though. He keeps moving it closer. He's going to pull it onto himself. Miru's going to find the kill with the shockwave now. And now he needs to run from Maple and Co. And he will with a flash. Very well played by Miru there. Very well played by Aji until he died. Aji stalling for time, actually. Forcing out the spell. Forcing out a flash. A nice flash from Aji. And then this is where Miru comes in really clutch. And this is where Aji, his knowledge really comes through, knowing how to position properly. Tries to run, but just gets pulled. Nice QW there to finish it off. Miru running for the hill still. And has to burn flash for the trade back kill. Now Adi looking to catch Waco out of position here. Aji still leading the damage charts. He's led the damage chart all day. But it does not seem like he's going to be as far ahead as he was last time, though. Bong has done nothing so far in terms of damage. Aji's just trading him back again. Are you kidding me? He's just in a situation where he can abuse that. And the thing is, I say it all the time, you can lose. It doesn't matter if you beat a tank in a lane matchup. What matters is how do you do it. And so far, it's Bong hasn't even been able to buy his items. He hasn't been able to buy items. He hasn't been able to get any XP compared to Aja. And the thing is, he's been on the map too. Bong hasn't been able to go and play the map, which is what's most important. Bong wanted to go and play the map on this character because he's in a lane where you can't really play for a long time. And he hasn't been able to do anything. He hasn't been able to get those waves in because of the range disadvantage. The damage from Maple is going to be good as he's just able to one-shot those minions, those casters. But for Rainbow7, they still need to get in this game. Miru's really your only character ahead right now, and he's not super ahead. Like, I don't really see the plan, as Aji is going to... This is one of the few matchups that tanks can't really afford to lose, because Aji's going to be an absolute monster. Seo's going to have to Featherstorm here. Or just cleanse. Either would have worked. Adi's here. We got ourselves a good old-fashioned 3v3 for some plates. As they try to keep it away. They're going to get the crash here, and that's going to be a lot of money onto Junjia. 175 onto Junjia. PSG. Still winning around the map overall. 2,000-ish gold ahead right now. Not as big as the lead for Rainbow7 was in their early game, in Game 1. But we know PSG have the better early game. And look at this. They're just ahead almost everywhere except for mid lane. They're ahead 700 gold on support and top, which is very good when that top laner is a Rumble, which isn't great when your ADC is an AFL. Your jungle's 500 gold ahead, which is nice on the Maokai, because that's the Radiant Virtue coming out faster than Adi's Mythic, than Adi's Sunfire, than Adi's... I think it is going to be a Sunfire here, but actually could be a Frozen Fist as well. And they're going to move... You see Seo moving into mid here as Waco is going to get these last few waves pushed in before switching with Maple. As Mirror will be able to absolutely body Waco. No questions asked if he decides to stay. And yep, you call him for the swap. They're going to be able to spawn this out, and there's going to be a wave of CS missed. But it's perfectly okay, because they knew they were sending him mid already. The Jace went missing for a little bit. And we have a second lane slap shot to show us that the mid... Oh! And look at that. Yeah, that's an interesting one. They're going to try and catch somebody out. It's going to force the Guardian out, which is kind of important. I have no clue why they showed this. The Flail is going to find Waco and force the cleanse away now. And that's big. It's going to be really big. Seo 3/4 of the way to his cleanse up. Aji is not going to get the whole turret here. He's already at about half a turret. Adi going to hit some nice poke into the back line. It's now halfway for Aji. And Bong is going to be back. There's going to be no chance of him really overheating for this play to catch anything out. Maple's looking for another big hit, and he's going to get about a quarter of Mirror's health. He's not quite at the point where he's going to be able to dominate yet, but that was pretty much just to maintain river control as this dragon spawns, and they're looking to stomp the dragon stacking early and make it a best of 5. Isn't that a metaphor for League of Legends? But it's going to be a best of 5 in the dragons now. The gold lead is almost entirely favoring PSG, but it's also been a very close game for most of it. It's not super far ahead. Most of the gap is in CS. The kills have... Or the value is mostly in kills on a Rakan. And here comes the Nature's Grasp. Miru in great danger. A teleport out now from Bong, it seems. But Maple's just going to be able to delete the teleport out from Aji to answer it. And this is going to be a 3v2 in the bot lane. Bong trying to find anybody out. Junjia, a nice bit of damage. Ulti. Oh, that's going to be damage onto Waco. Waco might have to flash away here. A nice route onto from Lions. Pushing forward. Waco going to hit the Moonlight Vigil for a good chunk of damage. And it's going to dissuade them. And this is going to be bot lane gone. Bot turret gone. That was very well played by PSG. Finding Miru out of position again. And just able to dive him, kill him. The all-out, even when Junji was brought under turret, the all-out brought Bong right into the equalizer. So he couldn't really escape at all if he really wanted to. And now PSG are they're only going to stay 3,000 gold ahead, but that's gold onto your Jace, which is super, super valuable. And that's going to be Featherstorm out. Most importantly, that's Featherstorm out. So there's no... But the secondary cleanse, the main cleanse is now back up for Seo. So it is going to kind of not matter in the end. The cleanse that does damage isn't available. Does that count for anything? They're just kind of lacking. In Game 1, they were everywhere. And in Game 2, they're kind of on the back foot, most of it. And that's not really a good thing. for PSG Talon. You never want, or for Rainbow7, especially against a team that's playing an extremely proactive comp. An extremely proactive comp with Maokai or Khan, with a Jace and a Rumble. I was almost gonna say and Rumble. You don't want to be caught on the back foot here. This is the team comp you want to be ahead against. And it was there for a little bit. The bot lane was massively ahead and had a massive play that won them their lane pretty much. But they need to find that tempo from the early game and bring it back. This fight was so well played. Here comes Junjia's ultimate. And he knows he can tank it. He knows he can tank it with the Radiant Virtue. Knocks her back, then roots Miru. Knocks Miru back, then ults Miru. So he can't flash away. And then this jump, this all out right onto the equalizer. So he immediately has to dash away and let Junjia escape. Great positioning there by Aji, knowing his team's positioning super well. And Woody will get this ward. Yes. A support win all around. Now everything's back up. Waco has his ultimate, has cleanse. Sayo has ultimate, has cleanse. Woody has ultimate. Doesn't have flash, which is going to be pretty nice to have soon. Lions has his ultimate. Everyone has ults. Pretty much everyone has their main combo. This is going to be a good fight. Baron's up in 4, minute and 30, so this is just going to be a sit and farm situation as they try to get advantage in lanes. Now remember, this game was mostly picks until most games are that, but until a massive overstep. Rainbow7 were 1 in control of game 1, and 2 were winning the team fights. The 2 team fights they had gone massively in Rainbow7's favor, but they've only gone in PSG's favor so far. All the plays are PSG making the plays and Rainbow7 answering the plays. Adi is going to find Waco, but it's not going to mean anything as he cleanses out immediately. The root is only onto Adi, who's hiding 2 more members, and Waco's just charging up the chakrams against him. Nice damage onto the carry. But the good thing is Rainbow7 kind of won that play. They were proactive. They knew what they wanted to do. They jumped forward, burned the cleanse, which is going to be super important onto Waco soon. A massive damage onto Sayo. Oh my goodness, Maple, eating almost everything. This is going to be really good, actually, as R7, there is no cleanse on Waco entering this Mountain Drake fight. But Sayo has to reset, and he's not going to be there for it. But Bong is going to be able to play bodyguard and probably stall long enough. They're not going to have the Sedge ulti to jump onto Waco as easily as they've been able to. Teleport out of Miru now, that can be huge. The Rift Herald's going to be used to regain control of this wave. Or to regain control of mid. It's now going to be resent. And Rainbow7 need to find this play. They need to find something. They're not going to have the Frozen Flail or whatever it's called. I still can't remember what it's called. I'm going to look it up. Oh, but Odie getting jumped on by Junjia, but it's not going to be a lot of damage. But the passive is going to be burned, which is pretty valuable. Like, that burn is going to be very valuable. Sayo didn't have time to back, so he's still stuck. Bong not going to be able to find anything with that Q3 right there. And they're stuck in mid, and now R7 are just going to be left out. They had so much setup and made a lot of setup plays by burning off Waco's cleanse, and they're just going to lose the dragon. They're not even going to be able to contest it. So it's kind of a wasted effort, it seems like. That's just kind of tough. Rainbow7 kind of knew they didn't have the Glacial Prison and just had to let it go. It's not really a good thing to say out loud, and it doesn't feel good, but they just had to let that happen. And Maple is going to go back to farming topside. Junjia following and mirroring, and Miru might be just dead again. There's definitely nothing to stop him this time. This turret's barely alive. Turret goes down immediately. Teleport out of Bong. They're going to try and find it. Miru's just going to get blown up again, and now Bong has to run for the hills. The smite, not going to have any chase. The slow's not going to land. Aji's up here now with his teleport. And this could be a Baron angle. Nope, Maple's going to back. There's no Baron angle. Maple finally takes Aji off the top of the damage charts. It's about time someone dethrones the top lane of PSG for most damage in the game. And another great play. Woody just has to run here. There's no way Woody survives any combo from a Cassante. The thing is, Cassante's not behind, but he's not able to do anything still on this in this game. Adi's going to be able to run down. And now Waco pushing mid, but kind of has to back up, knowing that Sayo and... There it is. Knowing Sayo and Lions were going to be there to re-engage, or to engage onto him. Maple's here. He's going to look for an explosive. Maple's going to look to despawn Sayo, and a nice sidestep there by the Rainbow7 ADC. That could have been terrible. That would have been absolutely massive, and probably would have just let Junjia jump right onto him and kill him. But nice sidesteps. And it's a 4,500-ish gold lead, and there really does need to be a play here by Rainbow7 that doesn't just get spells out, but gets them advantage. Junjia is going to find ulti onto only one, but that's already going to be Maple taken out. The Equalizer is really going to find nobody. Adi's ticking, but he's going to be able to live with that Radiant Virtue even through the Ignite, and that's going to be an immediate pick onto Lions. And PSG, even with a slightly subpar engage and combo, still find so much damage. They get the Featherstorm out, they get the Shockwave, they get the Glacial Prison, a Flash and a Cleanse out of Sayo, and they just get a Baron now. They're going to be able to get Baron here. They have, what, all, yeah, they have all out, and they're going to be able to not do anything with it. They have the Vigil. Aji is just sitting in the back. They're going to disengage here. But Bong has nothing to really do besides use the all-out. Junjia's going to have to run. Nice dodges there. And Woody's going to find Bong with the Airborne, but it's not going to be a lot. Aji is in the middle of no man's land, though. He might be going down here. He has no flash, and he's got to run. This is going to be a massive shutdown onto Rainbow7. Bong steals the kill, and it's going to be something. And that's what matters. It's something more than nothing. And they're just going to restart this Baron, it seems. Nope, they're going to back out of the Baron. And a somewhat mostly good fight from Rainbow7 besides throwing Lions in the bin about 30 seconds before that play happened. They do a good job to avoid the Maokai ulti, though. And that's what matters. The Maokai ulti catches nobody on the Equalizer. Aji kind of throws it a bit too far back, but to trying to stop the disengage. And it's a mostly good fight for a turret. But then Aji's just in the middle of no man's land. And yeah, he gets punished. Nothing really to do here. 30 seconds on this Mountain Drake, and they will have everything back up to fight it. It's just, it's going to be scary. They have so much damage on this Jace right now that's available. It's been so much back foot play from R7. The Vigil's not going to land. Junjia's in danger here. Nice combo to find it. The Shockwave's going to find nobody, though, and that's going to be a lot of damage now. Aji's just going to be able to walk forward because they have no defensive abilities. Bong hoping to find anyone all out, going all out, forced to flash away. And it's going to be a 1-for-0, a nice accelerated shock blast. But it's not going to be able to find Bong, but they find Sayo, and they're just going to go for Baron. They can trade the Dragon here. A small buff in exchange for the Baron is going to be able to dissuade, or going to be able to convince PSG that it's just the better play to burn down this Baron. And it's so much. They do keep jumping onto tanks, which is never going to help because they're not going to die. They're designed to not die. Ah, 3 tanks. The tank beat down. Not the microwave beat down anymore. But Adi's jumping forward here for Junjia. Like, Lions finds Junjia, which is great. But it's still a tank that's not going to be able to do damage. This Equalizer Just splitting the team in half, too. Forcing the team to play split is so dangerous. And then Cassante missing that dash through the wall, forced to flash. Just enough with that accelerated shock blast as well. And PSG Talon, again, in a 1-for-0, find a way to win everything on the map. And they're just going to go for a 1-4 split here with this Jace in the mid lane, who's just able to eliminate waves at will. They're just nuking the tower. They're just going to jump. Miru's going to get hit by that equalizer, and it's just stuck in a corner. And Maple versus Adi is not a fair match. Going to block a little bit of it, but Adi tanking way too much damage. The accelerated shock blast is almost half his health. A nice jump from Maple. Knowing his timings, but they're going to jump back in onto Junjia, and he's going to be separated from the team. That's going to hit nobody. They're going to try and jump onto Waco here, but Bong can't do anything as he just walks away. They still have the Moonlight Vigil. A nice hook onto Maple. The Moonlight Vigil's only going to find one, but that's going to be more than enough. Adi's going to be jumped onto now by the Grand Entrance, and now he's going to be jumped onto by the advancing, or twisted advance. A nice Gale Force flash for Waco. They're going to find Waco down, but 5 kills. It's the cleanest of aces for PSG Talon, and they are going to win this series 2-0 in just a bit over 30 minutes in Game 2. PSG Talon are 2 wins away from having a chance to qualify, or making the qualification match. An incredible game from Maple, 6-0-5. 700 gold shutdown, and PSG Talon are going to winners finals. Absolutely massive win. That's great. That's incredible by PSG Talon. This time they didn't even let Rainbow7 in the game. Rainbow7 were stuck on the back foot the entire time, and the winningest organization in Latin American history will fall to the winningest organization in modern PCS history. The prodigal son of Maple returned for the summer split, and he will deliver them their first win of Worlds 2023. I mean, this Rainbow7 team, there's a lot to go over. A lot of good, a lot of bad to go over. They're just going to have to come back stronger. And, I mean, they're going to have to come in. They're going to just have to play a better game in loser's bracket and play a more complete series. They need to play a more complete game, and they need to play a more complete series. They had an incredible Game 1. It didn't transfer over to Game 2 in the slightest. They need to play a more complete entire game, as it fell apart in the mid-game, which ended up being the end game because of one really bad overextension. They definitely got a bit too excited. They need to get some control on their extensions, and they'll be able to really do something with this. And Maple's just been able to go absolutely ham. Like, no questions asked. Maple's been absolutely bananas. This is the final score, obviously. 2-0 as PCS #1 PSG Talon advance to winners finals. So, with Rainbow7 down, Maple getting player of the game, player of the series credits. Obviously, his Nico was crucial in securing the game-winning fight, and his Jace was the champion of game number 2 in the series-defining game. It's really brutal for Rainbow7. They played such a good Game 1, and for it to just kind of fall apart, PSG were ready for them in Game 2, and they're just going to have to come in against GAM, against Loud, whoever it is, and they're just going to need to be ready to play a complete 2-3 games, ready, no questions asked. They looked deflated after that first game, honestly, which really sucked. They looked so out of it after Game 1. Which really sucked because they played an incredible Game 1. Even if they did lose in the end off of 1 or 2 fights, I think there was a good chance they win it. Now, when we come back, quotation marks, this is recorded, obviously, so there is no when we come back. But once I get everything set up, we will go to Loud versus GAM for the second BO3 and last BO3 of the day. All right, welcome back to the kimchicast for Worlds 2023 as we get into the second series of Round 1 Bracket A. The final series of Round 1 for Bracket A, as Loud and GAM are about to get into draft for Game 1 of their BO3. The winner of this will obviously face PSG Talon, and as you see, it's GAM VCS number 1, the reigning, defending, etc. PCS champions of the PCS, or actually of the VCS of Vietnam, and they are the winningest team in Vietnam. They have a lot to prove, though. They've retooled their roster after a disappointing World Championships run. Of course, they were not able to go to MSI last year, which really sucked because of the Vietnam or the Southeast Asian Games, and that kind of soured the view on GAM and maybe was a key reason they failed on the international stage last year at Worlds 2022, because they were just underexperienced and underprepared for what they were capable of doing. 2 seconds. You definitely heard that, but it's fine. But they underperformed last year at Worlds, retooled some of the roster, building around their captain, Levi. Their captain of like 5 years now. And they've been ready. And they need to step up this year. This is kind of GAM's year. They haven't really shown up since that first appearance at Worlds all the way back in 2017. So they need a strong showing here to remind, especially because VCS couldn't go international for 2 years. They missed 2020 Worlds, 2021 MSI, and 2021 Worlds because they were not allowed out of the country with guaranteed re-entry. They couldn't get visas, any of that stuff. So the only experience we have with Vietnam is the 2-seed Saigon Buffalo going to MSI in 2022, and GAM going back looking terrible, with Saigon Buffalo looking actually better than them, maybe because of that Worlds experience back in 2022 at 2023 MSI, and looking better than them at Worlds. So GAM have looked pretty bad since their only appearances were not great and underwhelming for what we expected of them at 2023 MSI. Now for Loud, this team is history in the making. They're 3 straight CBLOL championships, which has never been done. The most consecutive CBLOL championships ever. The first ever undisputed champions of Brazil. The first team to win both splits, to win back-to-back splits in the same season. No team has done that one before. It's only been summer-spring combos. It's finally 3 straight international appearances for a single Brazilian team, and they've looked good doing it each time. They've steamrolled CBLOL 3 straight splits now. They are looking like a good team. They had a pretty good showing last Worlds, where they actually advanced to the group stage. Not to the group stage. They had a very solid 2022 Worlds where they gapped. They gapped their opponents pretty hard. They didn't end up winning, but they did beat, I believe it was Evil Geniuses? Was it that they beat Evil Geniuses to secure? No, it was Fnatic. They beat Fnatic to secure their to save their season. They beat Fnatic to save their original run. They would eventually falter to Evil Geniuses and lose to DFM 3-1, but they did have the best showing Brazil has had in a long, long time, as they look to continue that success, that rising success, to go and win. Hopefully make the group stage. It's been a long time for Brazil since they made the World's group stage. I think back in 2018. I think 2018 was the last time a Brazilian team has made the group stage of Worlds. And that was not through the International Wildcard Tournament, but that was Flamengo Esports? Nope, 2018 was not it. They got eliminated immediately. Sorry, guys. And finally, we are into draft. It's been kind of actually a long one, but this team is really, really good. Obviously, Tristana banned away. The Jax, Kiaya's specialty, not even a specialty, but a very popular pick of Kiaya's is his Jax. And then you see the Poppy ban again, actually. A very, very interesting one. The Maokai banned away, just honestly, that's expected at this point. It's been a long time since Brazil's been on the main stage, hasn't it? I'm really trying to find it right now. It's been a really long time. They didn't make 2022, obviously. The last time Brazil made the group stage of Worlds was 2016, when Ints went 1-5 in Group C. Olaf banned away from Mr. Robo, a champion he's played a ton of en route to winning his third straight, his and Loud's third straight Brazilian championship. It's like, it's going to be kind of a big deal, actually. These are two very aggressive teams. These might be the two most aggressive regions in this block. Not even in this block, in this play-in stage. As you see the big brown croc locked in for Robo, another champion he has plenty of experience on because he is the most aggressive top laner in Brazil. Kiaya going to take the Orianna for Kati. Now you see Slater and Pallet on this team now. Those are two massive changes GAM made in the offseason between Worlds and now. I believe actually through between Worlds and MSI. Levi going to get Slater, the Xayah, the second, like the ADC of the tournament, obviously, so far, being in, I believe, every single game except one where it was banned away. But this should just be a response, honestly. Just an ADC support response from Loud. I would imagine. I can't imagine much else. It's going to be the Rakan steal away. You can't leave that up with a Xayah. And is it going to be an ADC takeaway, or is it going to be the mid lane lock-in? And, ooh, is it going to be? It can be. I would not put it past Route to pick one of his most played ADCs of the summer as Loud lock in the first Kai'Sa pick or ban of this tournament. That's going to be huge, actually, because this champion is one that's been debated because of the nerfs, and the Nautilus getting locked in again, being in every game, does have its perks, Mr. Nautilus. Now, what on earth do they play around here? I mean, it's going to be traditional. I don't think this Sejuani gets through. Loud do not have the ability to lock in this Sejuani. I expect the Sejuani to be gone. This could be a Vi angle. No! GAM ban away the Sejuani despite having the pick. Despite having first pick of round 2, they ban away the Sejuani. What jungle are they looking for here? They are... What on earth are they looking into right now? I mean, yes, getting rid of Sedge is a big deal, but I don't think you give away... You don't get rid of Sejuani when she's the pick that you can go for. See the Cassante gone. Sorry, I'm looking at. And the Nocturne banned away. That's a Levi pick if I've ever seen one, but the ban away is very interesting here. I'm kind of intrigued by this ban, actually. And the Lee Sin banned away. Levi does love him some Lee Sin, and this tournament seems to not love Lee Sin as they keep banning him. And so now this can be the top lane locked in. And it will be the Rumble, it looks like, taken for Kiaya. Again, they need to prove something, and Slater wants, or Kiaya wants this Rumble into the Renekton. This is kind of must-win territory. GAM are expected to win this series. I believe Loud has a chance in it, obviously. Loud are very, very good. But GAM are still the favorites, no matter which way you cut it. And that's just going to be the Jarvan locked in. You leave the Jarvan up, someone's going to have to take it eventually. And Nico taken here for Tinons. And I do believe Seos will just lock in the Jarvan again. I do not see a reason not to take the Jarvan here, even as you hover. You hovered the Jarvan already, and you need a jungle. I have no clue why you wouldn't take the Jarvan again. It is a very strong pick. It is the jungler on the patch. Once you ban away that Maokai and Sejuani, they're going to opt for Crocs Viego instead. It's very interesting. I'm not a massive fan of this. And yeah, Levi's just going to take the Jarvan. It's a champion that they have plenty of experience with. Like, they are fully prepared to take advantage of this Jarvan. They have, I mean, GAM are a very aggressive team from a very aggressive region. I don't see the reason why Loud gave this over. This is a signature Vietnam comp if I've ever seen one. I'm very intrigued here by the strategies employed by Loud. I don't understand the Viego lock-in. I'm not a massive fan of the Viego lock-in either, actually. I think, again, Jarvan would have been the better pick overall. It's just smarter. It's a safer pick. That has just worked better overall. Now, again, GAM, the favorites, Loud, the underdog. So maybe this is GAM trying to, or this is Loud just trying to play their game. I mean, you can bunk the meta all you want as long as you win. So Loud need to win this, is what I'm saying, to prove something. I don't know what they'd prove, but they could prove something. Another Robo-Croc. The big brown Robo-Croc. Always a good thing to see. That Jarvan skin is horrendous. But this is the chance for Brazil to possibly insert themselves. And this is going to be a massive play, actually. Oh, geez. This is going to be a nice trade onto Kiaya, forcing a recall out. But that doesn't do much of anything. Really, I mean, it's not massive because Kiaya can just back. But nice vision in the early, or in the enemy jungle there, aware of if he's going on to Raptors and if he's going on to Red. Tinon's being a minion, though I believe Kati should be able to... Yep, Kati knows. Kati knows. Immediately counted. So that's the second player this tournament that we've seen that knows how to count. GAM do have a very good comp here as long as they can execute it. And I'm very much leaning towards this GAM comp as Ori Jarvan is just strong. Throw an equalizer on top. A nice jump onto Slater, though. But that's going to be an immediate jump into the backlines onto Route. And Loud are going to win the early trade, as they probably should against a level 1 Xayah, especially without the W. A flash forward, level 2 onto Slater, having to burn the Ghost out. But Palad's just going to immediately get jumped on, and that's going to be the Ignite taking him out. Route has the damage to survive, the ability to run, and somehow Loud. GAM overplayed their hand, it seems. That's just, oof, that's not good. Something missing in that conversation, indeed, it seems. Miscommunication leads to Pallet going a bit aggressive when Slater's running backwards. And the bot lane was seen as a massive, massive weak spot for GAM at Worlds and MSI. So they needed to really prove that it wasn't. But this horrible miscommunication does seem to be the immediate. Slater does get a nice flash root, but it's not going to be enough to kill Route. Oof, Kiaya missing CS. And I think it might be the nerves. This is the first time two of these players have gone to the big dance. Conti, Levi, and Kiaya have been here before. Slater and Pallet have not. Croc looking for a lane gank. This can be huge. They have no flashes. Kiaya able to run. Levi gets everything out. Robo's flash for Levi's flash, and it's going to be super nice there. And cleanse immediately popped for GAM. Slater, no cleanse. This is just going to be huge for this bot lane to have full advantage now. But that Jarvan was very, very good. Dive super successful as they take control of this top lane now. They trade back the top lane kill. And it's going to be onto Kiaya. That's going to be very valuable. And what happens down here? Pallet able to get away. Slater just needs to cleanse. Instant cleanse. Captain Jack, indeed. Just has to run. Conti with some nice damage. And Robo jumping onto Kiaya, but doesn't really have anything to trade back. It really loses that trade. Flash forward. Kiaya! Another kill. It's a solo bolo, but he's got to run. He burned his flash onto the Croc. And the other Croc comes in to get the kill. Tinon's up here to make sure they did get that kill. And Kiaya gets punished. That's brutal. Oof. Good play there by Kiaya, though. And that top lane is going to be a master of just a fight. Not even a master, a mess. As both of these top laners love getting in there, getting aggressive, and being a difference maker for their team. And Kiaya has shown it as he is winning this top matchup pretty hard. And Nico is emoting in a brush. Good job, Tinons. Keeping vision on the Raptors for a little bit longer. Scaring Kati into using a ball over the wall. And maybe griefing the Raptors, but not in the end. And now Kiaya has the advantage with that equalizer. Oof. Compared to Robo's nothing. But now Robo has Dominus, so he will be able to fight back a little. All this is going to be on this Rumble. They really do need to get Rumble out on the map then. If they want to get anything going here, all their gold is in this top lane. So movement is going to be required, and they're going to need a lot. Now, good news is Kiaya will have push advantage almost always. The invade coming through, they know. Yep, they know where Levi is, and they will just take this dragon in response. It will be an Infernal Drake, the first dragon, over to Loud, who've been playing insanely well. This bot lane has been a nightmare to go up against. Oof. That hook not going to work. This can be very strong here. if Levi finds an angle. He's been trying to get a big lead on Croc so far. Hasn't really worked. He's been pretty even. Pallet going to get hit with the Grand Entrance. A nice root onto root, but it's not going to matter as Pallet doesn't have hook. Pallet's hook, the Nautilus hooks today have been pretty rough, all things considered. Red side Nautilus has not been working. The minions have been deadly. Slater should have 1v1 advantage as long as he hits this. And Route, he's just taking the plasma fights. Those plasma stacks, Route's going to be able to just walk forward here. The flash W secure is huge. And Kiaya's going to go down. No flash available. And it's going to be Robo getting revenge. And now Tinons is here. Katsi, nice flash, but he's in the enemy jungle. And all of GAM. Levi has to run. Katsi has to run. And there's no chance they secure this. Loud is just winning all over the map, it seems. Not even it seems, just are. And they look so uncomfortable. Loud are playing incredibly well. They are seasoned. In a solo plating, this is massive. I mean, what is Slater doing? The flash W to secure all of it, and Kati goes down. Uses the shockwave. No flash available, though, and he's going to get caught out. Root is 2-0-1 now, and we're seeing the Kai'Sa build that people engineered, that they had engineered with the new patch. This Umbral Glaive. So now you have that Q upgrade, and that's going to be massive. And, yep, Route from downtown. And Gonzi is dead again. Well, not again. Dead. And this is a dominant early game from Loud here. So, what on earth are GAM going to do? They need to really find some tempo here, and they can't get any. Loud are knocking on the door constantly. They are playing so well. I mean, oof. Are they gonna get in there? Is the question. No. They will not push that far forward. Kiaya still has the lead here, even if Robo is jumping on top of him. Still has a huge lead here. And there's so much vision control on this bot side, though. They know anywhere that Levi will go. They've been controlling it so well. Again, the only wins so far have been Levi and Kiaya. Anywhere else is unheard of, as they are behind everywhere on the map, besides this one small top lane. What is their win con here? Besides, they have good team fight, but they haven't even been able to use it yet. They've been getting caught solo all the time. They know where the Nautilus is. They saw him show on vision. And there it is. They see him show. Pallet gets so much damage taken. Half his health already. He is so behind. He is under armored indeed. And what on earth are GAM to do? Only 1,000 gold behind, but it feels way worse than just 1,000 gold. They're just going to go behind. Seos and Crocker just on the flank here. And this is just going to be a free dragon. Levi's looking for anything mid. They're not going to spot Levi until now. Now they're going to spot Levi, and they're going to spot Katsi. And the dragon is disengaged by Croc. And the bot lane comes over. The Nico comes over. There's no questions about it. Second dragon is over to Loud. It is a 2-0 dragon lead. And it's still only 1,000 gold ahead. But it doesn't feel like it still. This is going to be a Croc's going to steal away the camps. This is just brutal for Loud. Slater's all alone. He's going to have to ulti away. Teleport out. The root catches nobody. And here is Kati in the bot lane. That's unreal value right there for just walking at a Kai'Sa. And just what on earth? I keep saying it because I don't know. They're going to try and find Pallet here. They're just able to constantly play behind the enemy turret. Here's Croc is going to get found, but he's going to be able to Heartbreaker over the wall to escape. Catches the Ignite, forces out the Depth Charge too. That's really, really strong still. Their win con really is Kiaya and Slater. Kati is just not in a position to play. Slater's in such danger. Just jumping the plasma stacks in a killing spree for Root. This Kai'Sa has been everywhere. How on earth do you find these angles, Root? You are playing like a madman. Oh my goodness. He is the game of his life in game 1, it seems. He is so ready to face GAM. He wants to face PSG in 2 days. 2,100 gold lead, all in this bot lane. That's where the entire lead is on Root, who's 3-0-1. You kill Root, you get rid of their entire lead, which is literally the only downside of Loud's game plan right now, is all their gold lead is focused on one man. If they kill that man, they have no gold advantage anymore. But they aren't team fighting. There's no chance Root dies in these solo plays right now. He's that far ahead against Slater that as long as he keeps 1v1ing him, there's no chance he loses. And that's the third major objective. 3 of the 4 major objectives have gone to Loud. All 3 of them have been claimed by Loud, though, because the other Rift Herald wasn't even caught, or wasn't even captured. Pallet's hiding, maybe gonna catch someone out, but they just have to bail. Oh my goodness. How does he find this? And just all those Qs, stacks 2 autos in there, and perfectly, just no ulti from Slater, and Loud roll. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. I didn't think it was going to be this good. I thought Loud had the advantage. I favored Loud entering this. I didn't know it was going to be this good. Robo's doing absolutely nothing right now, and it doesn't matter. This is massive. Loud have been playing so well. They've been playing the game of their lives so far. I don't think they looked this dominant in Brazil, and they were already dominating in Brazil. This is crazy. There's still time for GAM to come back, but you gotta think that this is going to be the absolute limit. They are reaching the complete limits of their comeback ability until mid-game. A nice dodge from Seos, and Pallet's flying into the wrong half of the mid lane. They've found a team as aggressive as them. They know that's not Route because they've been looking at him this whole time and just going behind. They're just... GAM want a team fight, but are they even going to be able to find a team fight is the better question. It's just Levi takes so much damage there. And Pallet's just forced to flash away as Croc and Seos jump onto him. And the Rift Herald dropped. They're looking for this mid-tier 1 to really open up this game. They're just about ahead 4,000, a few hundred short of 4,000. And this is going to be tier 1 down. Kati can't stop it, even with a singular QW. It's just going to be Drake number 3. They're already on Soul Point. Levi's chasing Robo, looking to get any of these plays going. It's not going to matter. Robo doesn't care. He's playing the Croc. His only goal is to sit there and make sure Kiaya doesn't just go and murder everybody, honestly. As long as Kiaya doesn't kill people, it's fine. Oh, and that's Ocean Soul point 2. This is going to be a rough game. I mean, they haven't made a play in so long. They just haven't been able to. And here comes Seos. Just, they don't know that Seos was just here. And that's going to be such good vision onto Kiaya. What is the angle you take if you're GAM besides let Slater farm? But it's too late because Route is so far ahead. 2 levels up, an entire item ahead. And Seos, ult, quickness, flash W, Route from so far away. And it's going to be another massive kill. Route from way downtown comes in. I mean, oh, Slater. Lose his cleanse for that, and oof. And Route has been a menace. Robo's going to get caught here, but this turret's going to drop. This TP's going to be wasted. Should have chose the minion. And now GAM are going to be able to get jumped on. Croc... Pallet tries to find his way onto Robo, maybe trade something back, but your ADC's in no position to fight. You're so far behind. And now it's looking insurmountable. It's looking pretty over. Look how far this play happens from. Look where Route is on your screen, and look at where he flies in from. And Kiaya just gives up. Kiaya doesn't even ulti on top of himself. He ultis onto the wave, and it still does nothing. This is a bad teleport from Kati, choosing the worst target possible, and Pallet just kills himself. Brutal plays. Absolutely brutal and dominating plays by Loud. Look at that. It's a mountain. It's an absolute mountain to climb. Croc just going to jump onto Kati and force the flash out. And the W with the quickness. Another kill onto Kati. Tinones gets in on the action, and here comes the teleport. Tinones, the ulti Cataclysm, kills himself. The only upside is that 2 of the carries are stuck in a box. And what on earth? How are they doing this? GAM are so far behind Kiar. Kiai is going to get found out. Loud are menacing and imposing their will, and they're just going to Baron at 21 minutes. This is going to be an easy Baron at 21 minutes. Are you kidding me? This could be the fastest soul of the entire tournament in 1 minute and 40 seconds, which would be a 22-minute soul, the fastest so far. And it's just, it's not. It isn't. This is not for GAM. This is never the game you want to take, and let's see where this starts. Conti's just positioned way too far ahead. Croc still spotted out. Flash forward with the stun. Root jumps in. Seos with the quickness and the Grand Entrance is able to jump in. The Tangle Barbs find so much value. Levi has to flash over the wall. Jumps in. Great Gore Drinker heal. And the only upside is he stops them from going any further by putting 3 people in a box. I mean, it's brutal. Root with 11,000 damage. He's not matching Aji level 1 or game 1 or 2 or Maple level or Maple game 2, but he is in his own dominating way, in his own dominating stratosphere. And make it 3 for 3 on games that are way more interesting than the world's qualifying series. At least they're fighting in this one, because that's what these two regions do. They fight. A level 14 ADC. All 3 carries on the side of Loud are level 14. It's a level lead in every position except for top lane, who's even, and jungle, who's even. And that's a position that's really hard to get ahead in, because you're just constantly matching each other. Should be. Route looking to get aggressive on Kati right there, and it's not going to happen. Robo's just going to back. Robo has teleport, though, and they're going to get this dragon. There's no situation I think of where they don't get this. Caught out. Seos is just tanky enough to eat that, though. They can't even get in there. They don't know where Robo is. Robo's just standing there. Kati someone finally spots out this Renekton. It's going to be the Ocean Soul secured at 22 minutes. Pallet's going to get jumped right onto with the Dominus, but everyone's going to jump right back onto Robo in response, but a massive flash Pop Blossom finds 3 members of GAM. And that's a 4-0 for a Dragon Soul. Are you kidding me? This is over. It's done. And the Loud fans are getting real loud in the stadium indeed. Chanting for their home squad all the way in Korea. The Brazilian Portuguese fans travel insanely well. And you thought they were loud at the Valorant in the Valorant finals against Fnatic. They're getting loud here in a different country. And that's going to be a red inhib down. We have a 22.5-minute Soul, a 12k gold lead. There is nothing GAM can do. The sneaky minion. Look at this. Let's see. How perfect is this Pop Blossom? Robo, 1. This is incredible. Forcing 3 members to flash on his own team. Levi throwing the game away right there. And Robo is playing so well. He doesn't care. And it's absolute domination from Loud. 16,000 damage now from Route. The game of his career. And the World Championships just got a lot more exciting as Loud are looking to take Game 1 easily. They want their revenge. They want revenge on PSG for MSI. They do not care who stands in their way. And this sounds like a eulogy already. I'm eulogizing GAM. We're only in Game 1. No. Seos. No chance in hell that GAM jumped that wall. Seos has the combo up. Seos can go in if he really wants to. Tin owns the secret agent. Oh, good positioning there. Secret agent trying to get Kati. It doesn't work out. Croc going to get caught out here. This might be a big trade. Dominus coming out. Pallet's going to secure the kill here with the Ignite. And now Robo needs to run away, but Levi's just getting jumped on by Route. So much damage. And now Seos is jumping in. Route is godlike, securing the kill. And now he's ulting into the backline for 3. A single kill. Triple kill already. Can he get Pallet for the Quadra at least? Quadra kill. Can they get in the fountain? It's just Slater. Dive for it as they take Game 1. You need to dive for it. Come on, do it. Give us it. Give us it. Come on, come on, come on. Nope. Loud. Looking to play it safe. Going in. Pentakill for Route. And it's a rout indeed. Loud dominate game one. Holy cow. Pentakill. And savagery coming out from Loud. Whew. Oh my god. Loud are just unbelievable. That's crazy. Monstrous game one. I mean, what is there to say? Besides, the Gigabyte Marines need to look better, because Loud did not give a damn as they take the 1-0 lead in this set. They want revenge. They are hungry. They want to ruin PSG on Wednesday. They do not care for your expectations. They want the smoke. They want the smoke on Thursday. They don't care at all. Whew. Oh. And Rout secures the first pentakill of the World Championships, as we will go to game 2. Game point Loud. All right, holy cow. Welcome back to the kimchicast for game 2, possibly the last game of the day, as we are looking at a potential quick sweep, because Loud did not even look like they were contested in game 1. They didn't even look like they had an opponent on their caliber. And as you see here, it's 1-0 for Loud. They have dominated game 1. Rout securing the first pentakill of Worlds 2023. For all of you who put 3 or more pentakills, it is looking incredible. As we get into draft for game 2, and the Tristana banned away by Loud, Poppy banned away by GAM. Here comes the Olaf ban again. Robo didn't really care about not getting his Olaf, though, because he just ran at them anyways. Kiaya's Jax once again banned away. Loud doing their research, knowing that Kati and Kiaya love those two champions. VCS GAM taking the blue side here. First actual side swap of this tournament, and the Nico banned away, not giving Tinones that terrifying champion. I don't know if anything's going to match up to that first game, honestly. That was something else. Holy cow. The Maokai, the last ban. Ooh, my voice is already going, and I've only casted 2 games. I've only casted these today, and I'm excited. I'm so excited. What's the first pick on blue side going to be for GAM? They're going to take Kiaya's Croc over Robo's Croc here. Whew. It's going to be a strong pick, but will GAM actually be able to do anything with it? They had the winning lane in top lane, and they still lost in the end just because they couldn't win anywhere else on the map. So what's the actual plan going to be? Loud probably just going to take the Xayah for themselves, as should be expected out of any team at the World Championships this season. That ADC is just too good to pass up if given on first rotation over the top lane. Can they take the Rakan here? They can take the Rakan, they can take the top lane. It doesn't really make a difference. They can also lock in the jungle if they really do want a Sejuani here, but they're going to take the Rakan for Croc, or for Seos. Sorry, I kind of look at the names. And you hear the screams from Brazilian fans across the from throughout the stadium, and they're excited for that. Levi securing Slater, a very strong Kaisa, and the first rel of the tournament. Finally, Rel gets let through. Will they actually do something with it, though? We did see Rel banned out every single game so far. And Orianna going to be locked in for Talon. It seems a champion he's played plenty throughout his career, obviously. And it's just going to be something. This already is this is already shaping up to be an insanely good comp for Loud, and they only have 3 picks locked in. And 2 of them are incredible. And you see the Sidra band away, not allowing Kati to get that counter into the Orianna. This is going to be a lot of jungle bans, because they want to pressure, 1, Loud to make a bad jungle pick, and 2, they want Loud probably want to force GAM onto the Rel. Actually, would want to force Rel jungle here, probably. The Rumble band away. Kiaya could not make the Rumble work at all after the early game. And Victor band away. 2 counter picks into the Orianna just taken away, especially the Victor. 2 massive scaling champions in general taken away as well. And now it's time for GAM to ban a jungler or ban another top laner into this Renekton. The Renekton doesn't have many terrible matchups that are ultra unplayable on the pro stage right now. And the Jarvan taken away. They were going to probably pass on it. They knew that route was going to immediately lock in a jungle for Croc. And is it going to be the first Lee Sin of the tournament? Is it going to be it? Sejuani's very strong, but this could also be a Lee Sin lock-in, which would be pretty hype. And the Cassante into the Renekton here, it looks like. Is it going to be secured, locked in? It is. And Robo will be getting the Cassante, the most winning, or the highest win rate champion right now of any meaningful amount of meaningful games. Cassante is dominating amongst the most popular picks. So now it's going to be jungle counter. The Aria champion, a lot of people have been questioning whether or not it's going to pop up in pro play, and it will. And now the jungle counter pick into the Lee Sin. Levi loves himself some aggressive jungle. Will it work out in game 2? And a passive jungler. A very passive jungler here. I mean, the definition of a passive jungler in terms of fighting the camps. Not the champion you were expecting to see here. You were expecting a Lee Sin, a Sejuani. Oh, but could it be Croc playing GAM's games? The Nocturne. That's going to be interesting. Orianna and all 3 of their lanes are going to love having a level 6 Nocturne. It's going to be huge. But I'm most interested in this Rel Ahri Lee Sin comp, as it's going to be the first time we see any of these champions well, for one, it's going to be for all 3, it's the first time we see them. But for Rel, it's the first time we see Rel even let through in the tournament. She was 4 for 4, or like 5 for whatever you want to call it. If you want to include the play-in or the World's Qualifying Series, she was like 6 for 6. Until now. This is the first game of Rel we're going to see. Ahri, first game we're going to see. A lot of people have been wondering if Ahri was going to be the champion, the mid lane champion entering this tournament. It was going to be Orianna, Syndra, and Ahri. A lot of people, and Victor, obviously, and Azir. People were wondering if Ahri was going to be in there. Lissandra was another one people were throwing around, but she just doesn't play well into these longer range mid laners. So it seemed like this was going to be the perfect time to pull out the Ahri meta. Or to pull out an Ahri in general if you're really good at her. And GAM are going to be the first team to get their hands on her. Meanwhile, Nocturne. That's going to be a nice pick to watch, especially as the lights go out and just jump onto whoever Tin owns or whoever Seos want. Lee Sin was re-entering the meta in the jungle with just some really big buffs that Riot always give him, obviously. Come on. He's a world's champion. You got to have him there. And so GAM are going to be the first example anyone gets of these champions on this patch. These are some of the first pro games we'll see. These are the first pro games we'll see of Lee Sin, Ahri, and Rel in a month and a half. Rel was already meta for most of summer and most of MSI. Lee hasn't really been meta this year. He's always going to be popular and always going to be picked, but he has not been super meta this year. So it's going to be really the first look of him in a while. Also, good on Loud for getting that counter. Conti already going to get hit by some damage that he just can't really trade back early. He gets outranged here. But nice W to really trade back some of the damage. But Talon's going to get the more valuable chunk. Croc, leashless. Raptor start for Croc, or for Nocturne, very strong here. Levi on a ward, though. They don't know where Croc is starting. They probably assumed he's starting Raptors because that's his best camp, but besides that, we're still just waiting for GAM to show up at the tournament. They haven't even done anything. Pallet not going to jump onto Seos here. Finally going to force out that bone plating, but just going to keep trading damage. But Seos has Q first, knowing that Pallet wasn't really going to be able to do anything early. Just playing for defensive. And you see Levi or Robo getting pushed in. It is a bruiser into Cassante. He should not be really winning laning. He's going to win fights, but not the actual laning phase. He's just going to be able to get poked out early. Where is it? There you go. He's fixing something. I'm not really a... Robo's going to hold Q3. Not really going to waste it. Not needing to. Finally, both are level 3. Tinons and Kati are going to be kind of just the lane to watch for now, as they're going to be able to fight a lot. And those fights are going to get intense and very fun to watch. They're looking for a play here. It looks like Pallet wants to start setting something up here. Croc's not going to be super online until 6. Just Nocturne not able to do all that much in terms of ganking until level 6 because of his ultimate. Slater going to be able to dance around Seos there and a nice return on damage, and oof, nothing in return. The ward, they're not going to spot Croc out. Now they're going to spot out Croc. Levi should be able to get something here, actually. Level 1. Nice blocks and a good fear, but Pallet's here. Yeah, Croc's going to flash out, and this could be massive. The Q's not going to land. That's kind of what GAM wanted there to get that fight, but they're going to still secure this Scuttle Crab, and Levi's going to be able to contest top Scuttle now. And Levi's just going to walk right across here, and Tinons just has to respect that. There's nothing Tinons can do to stop that. And Levi's going to be able to double Scuttle perfectly fine. Croc is just going to go back to his wave. So that's going to be a lot of good river vision. But again, Croc doesn't really care, and Loud doesn't really care that they're not winning the ultra early game, because they're... Kiaya just going to trade for some platings and a bit of heal. But they are playing a Renekton, or not a Renekton, a Nocturne comp. They do not really care that they're losing the super early game, because Noc doesn't come online yet. Is Kiaya going to go for this? This is where... That is where Nocturne's going to shine, punishing those overextensions, because that's really all he can do. He doesn't have any good movement. And no CC at all. Or no CC that really can engage a fight. Just extend it and deter an opponent from really running. You see this XP gap, kind of. It's going to be a good XP lead for Loud, and specifically Kiaya on GAM. Only Kiaya. Tinon's trying to trade a little stronger. Seos just spotting out Levi here. Not going to be able to jump on him, obviously, with that W to really steal away any camps just yet. No one's nearby. Levi's going to be able to get everything there, but he's also leaving route to get some solo XP. Now, while I said Tinons and Conti were the lane to watch, which kind of feels false now. They aren't really doing anything, but they're going to have massive impact. Route is easily the player to watch after securing a pentakill and having such a dominant game 1. Pallet looking for the Q, but it's only going to be onto a Rakan, which doesn't do much. But now they're going to be able to get rotation. GAM looking to secure their first dragon after Loud swept them in the Drake fights. And there's not much Kronk can do to contest this. Give me 2 seconds, sorry. Oh, thanks, phone, for doing that. Sorry, I'm answering something right now, which is a really poor time. Kronk is just barely short of his level 6. Definitely not helped by the dragon being traded over. And they're just going to get the back here. Slater, or not Slater, Seo setting up that recall for route as we see a Kraken Slayer rush coming out. That's right, it's a different, and I think we're seeing a static Shiv here. Because I can't imagine what else it would be. Coming out. Oh, Kiaya getting thrown all the way under the turret. An incredible combo by Robo and secures first blood in the what would have been a solo bolo. Sorry, again, responding to messages. Kronk wasn't even needed. Robo is just able to do mostly solo bolo stuff, and they're just going to get the objective here. Levi and Pallet are calling for it, but Kronk is not able to do it because of the recall. There's no Tinons here. Yeah, Tinons backing up. Round's going to be able to get platings. He gets a plate, an entire plate. Sorry, I'm doing stuff. Kiaya. Nice flash out from... Oh! It takes everything. Nice flash from Seos. It takes a flash, ulti, 2 ultimates, a flash. They're going to try and dive Robo. I don't know how well that's going to work. Misses the Q, and Robo's just able to dash away, and GAM mess up big time. They're trying to jump. Pallet's in danger now. He's still dancing around and surviving. And they spend so much. Oh, that's so much time wasted, too. That is so much time wasted by Loud's top laner. Whew. Brutal plays. Slater's all alone. The charm pulls him in. The root, not enough. The pullback, not going to be enough to root Slater, but the heal out. And it's still a good force in exchange for just a Rakan ultimate. Kati pressuring, and Root's just going to have to respect that for the most part. No way he contested Arya with no ultimate. Tinon's going to get a turret plating. And again, Loud are in control, but GAM are playing much better. Definitely helps. I mean, Robo showing off against Kiaya, just winning. This recall is really cool, by the way. And this is going to be a big deal. GAM is playing a lot. They went for that turret dive, a nice root or nice charm Q onto Tinones. But it's still not really much of anything. They don't have any leads that matter. Like, the Lee Sin isn't really a super valuable lead to have, especially when Nocturne's perfectly fine. It's going to be a Storm Racer. All right. Storm Racer going for the crit here instead of the lethality that we saw Root go for last game. And Root's going to get another plating, actually. Seos is able to run away, and he's just going to zone for now. Pallet and Levi. There's only a quarter of the time left. And they're going to back off the dragon. And the vision control is pretty solid for both parties. Seos trying to get Levi to jump over. Not going to happen. This Rift Herald's not going to be dropped just yet. It's going low on timer. They're going to need to get this wave control, and they're going to finally drop it. Loud doesn't really need to do anything at the moment. There is a small gold lead. Croc going to block it, and that's going to extend their gold lead to 600. But again, Robo is just that strong right now. The nice stun to really stop him from going any further. And Pallet just not able to do anything still. The bot lane is in this game, at least, unlike last game where Route just took over. Pretty much the entire lead's focused on this top lane. Not even on the top lane, actually. It's a GAM lead, and that lead is put into the Lee Sin, which isn't, again, as I said, not terrible, but it's not the best place to have your lead. Levi trying to jump onto Croc here, going to force the flash out, but that's going to be an ulti use, and Pallet's just going into the enemy team. He has nothing to do but get killed. Going to be a trade back onto Levi, though, but all the way back, Kiaya goes. It's just a little bit extra damage. Tinones going to get hit by the Sonic Blast? No, Resonating Strike. They could get the dragon here, but that's going to be a lot of turret platings. Levi still can. Insect going to miss everything. Tinone's forcing the flash out with the charm. Both flashes used. This can definitely happen again. Tinone's has teleport, and Tinone's going to be teleporting onto Kiaya, who just got another turret plating, and he's just going to catch this wave. Croc has ulti. Croc can turn the lights out and jump onto anyone he chooses here, especially now that Route has positioning. They have the ulti, and now here comes Croc jumping all the way onto the top lane of GAM. The kick onto Seos is not going to be enough. Levi has to flash away, and he's going to need to re-enter. Robo zoning so well onto the bot river. This is going to be the dragon over to Loud now. Is there going to be a fight that continues? Slater is able to just run into Robo right now. Croc going to jump into everybody, but he's going to get hit by 3 straight CC spells and die again. Route is marked right now. I don't think we're going to be seeing a second. We're not going to see any Lee syndrome, but in the end, Loud kind of win in their own throw Seos away thing. In their own throw Seos away kind of experience, they do win this fight. Or not Seos, throw Croc away twice. I mean, Conti, the issue is they weren't able to do anything. Tinones didn't, a lot of ultis held besides really Croc, who almost has ulti up already and is looking to jump in and die. Only like 2 or 3 deaths that entire time. I mean, this was such a long fight. Look at this. The first one, Croc flashes away. Pallet uses ulti. Crash down. He's already stuck. Robo's just hitting him as hard as he can. The nice charm onto Levi, at least, to get something. The all-out brings Kiaya all the way into every member of Loud, and it's so close to dying. It just can't land anything. And then this second fight, nice charm, but this is going to force a run from Robo. kick is onto route, and Seos is able to save it. Robo just zoning so well in this positioning in the try. They're going to get the dragon, and all that really happens is Levi gets charmed again. Levi, spell shield burned by Kiaya super well. He's going to get the charm crash down combo, and that's going to kill him. Pallet, not going to find anyone. Now he has to run. And they're just going to let Pallet go, not wanting to jump into the entire enemy team. Turrets have fallen. Talon's leading in damage right now, but Kiaya close. And GAM do lead by almost about 2K. And this is going to be really good so far. GAM in contention for this win right now. Like, this is a big deal. GAM, this is really the first time they've looked like they've even been in contention for these games so far. And it's going to matter a lot when it comes down to it, because GAM need any momentum right now. They need any momentum they can get to win this game. Or not even to win this game, but to take anything away from the series. They need to take anything away from the series and make it look good so that they can actually give their fans some hope against whether they win or lose the series. They could give their fans some good things to look forward to in the next set they play. See the Kraken Slayer finished, which I think was finished a little while ago, but it's going to be very good so far for GAM, or for Loud. They're pretty even, all things considered. Most of the lead, again, is in the jungle, which they're fine with. They've clearly been fine with giving away a little bit of. So otherwise, it's small leads throughout every other position. They see route all alone. That's going to be a nice combo. The cleanse, is it going to matter? Is the Featherstorm even going to be able to find anyone? The kick is great, and Slater finally looks like he's in this game. And Robo's looking to get something onto Kiaya here to stop him from sieging this tier 2. This is going to be a nice lead. Pallet running forward, looking to just block everyone from engaging, and that's going to be a tier 1 gone in mid lane. There's going to be a second crash too. Kiaya's just in the backlines right now, and there's nothing that Robo can do, or that anyone on Loud can do, because their carry is gone. And GAM in control, making plays. Again, this is something we didn't even see them try to do after a early dive, like a level 5 dive in top lane last game. This is incredible on them to spot out route and just burn him down. He didn't want to use his flash. And they're going to get so much value out of it. They can take the dragon lead so far. They are playing insanely well, but this is where teams have faltered. We saw Rainbow7 take a good lead into the mid game. This is where GAM need to stay strong, where other teams who have led entering the mid game haven't. They need to maintain this advantage, and you see 4 coming down from Loud. Talon's off vision, and they just have to give up. They might have to give up this dragon soon. Pallet needs to be able to get in there. Talon's is going to wrap around now. They don't have Kiaya with them. Their big brown croc is spotted out immediately, and they're going to jump right onto Kiaya. They are fine with giving up this dragon in exchange for a kill onto Kiaya that allows them to fight now. They can turn this around. It's a 4v5. Pallet, Robo, able to get kicked away. Levi plays it so well to keep his 80s, or to keep his entire team away. Can they get a bot lane play right now? It looks like they can. It's Kati. And he's going to get all outed onto. Kati has so many people to run away from, and he has nothing to run with. And it's going to be a trade back. That's 2 kills for a dragon for GAM. Or onto GAM, I guess. Loud surrender the second dragon. Not even a soul dragon. They will have to fight the next Drakes for good reason. obviously, but they trade 2 kills. They get something really good in return. They knew that Kati had no ultimate and wasn't going to be able to flash away as long as Seos was positioned the way he was, and it pays off. And now we're back to an 800 gold lead. Slater's going to get that Rage Blade finished. And, oh my goodness, Loud. There's so many wards. And they didn't win the Drake fight. That is actually hilarious. If you see how many wards they placed. I did not notice how many wards were there. But that's insane. That's hilarious, though. They lost the Drake fight and just killed 2 people instead. And look at the damage charts. Robo, he will not yield on this Cassante. And Tinons is playing so well. Not getting any kills, but playing good Orianna. They're not going to get this ward down. Oh, they will. There it is. Palik taking a good chunk of damage. Kiai is just going to have to run away from Robo. Even with the Dominus, just going to have to run away. Vision clearing on the Baron Pit. Palet's ward going to be spotted out. And Route is level 12 right now. Slater's level 11. This is going to be a big deal here. Nice root onto Kanzi, but nothing going to come out of it. They're not going to commit just yet. They're waiting for Robo to come back, it seems like. Or they're waiting to find Levi. The Q. Uh-oh. The kick. Not going to land anywhere. And now it's going to be a big fight breaking out. The charm onto Seos. Seos is going to be dropped down. Kiai is jumping into everybody. Lee Sin. That's going to be 2 down now. Lee is trying to get in there. Kiai is just walking forward. He's looking for Croc. That's going to be a double kill. It's going to be 4 onto GAM, or 4 GAM. And the first game woes disappear as they take a massive mid-fight worth 5,000 to give them a 5,000 gold lead. And they're going to look towards the Baron now. Want an engage by Palet and Kiaya. That was gorgeous. And GAM are going to trade for Baron. This is really what GAM wanted. They look like they're in full control of this game now. First game doesn't even look like it happened. You would not think this team even blew game 1. And this is where it starts. A nice stun. But here comes Kiaya in the backlines, wins a Dominus. And a raged up Crocodile is able to run rampant. Just run over 4 members of Loud. And 0 traded back. And now it's a Baron. It's a 5k gold lead. This is where they get big. This is their chance. They can force the Drake Soul. There's an angle for Loud to come back. Definitely an angle for Loud to come back. They have the pieces. They still can team fight. But GAM have been fighting insanely well throughout this entire mid-game. This is where GAM get their win. This Lee has taken the lead that Loud were willing to give away and has just made it a big deal. Robo. Levi's positioning aggressively. They're going to get out. Robo is going to find a massive ulti onto the Kaisa, and Slaters immediately drop down. There's 2 under the turret. Route's going to secure the kill onto Palet from the turret damage. And oh no, it all falls down for GAM. A bit of greed goes a long way. And Loud find 2 massive kills, and that's going to be the Drake. And we're evened up in the dragon count. Oh, no. That's bad for GAM. Again, remember, Robo was considered a part of the featured matchup, and now both top laners have turned the tides of this game one way or another. Kiaya with a massive 4-man shredding through the 4-man dominance, but this flash, W, Q, and the ulti into the charm. That's going to be Slater down. Route finds the kill onto Pala, and GAM are running. That's incredible. This is Loud playing so well. And now we're down. It's still a 5k gold lead for GAM, but that's brutal to give up that shutdown on Slater. Whew. And now we're evened up in dragons, so each dragon's going... The pressure that GAM had no longer exists on the potential Drake Soul. Loud can easily trade it away if they so choose. And this Cassante's only going to get harder and harder to kill. And Nocturne's only become a bigger issue as he gets more and more ability haste to just spam that ultimate. It's already back up. The quickness was... Oh, they have such good team fight coordination, and that's what you're going to have to deal with if you're facing this Loud team. Is a team that knows how to team fight and loves to team fight. This is absolutely showing off what both of these teams can do insanely well. Both of these teams can fight insanely well. Both of these teams are insanely aggressive and love taking aggressive picks and plays. And this is kind of shown both of them. With GAM, right before that Baron, taking that insanely forward positioning that paid off in the end. They're going to try and catch out Robo, but I don't think this is the angle you want to take if you're GAM, and they're just going to back out. That Ahri is going to be crucial. Ahri and that Rel is going to be crucial here. They have the item advantage, but they need to make use of it. Robo's going to be able to scale here, and Zaya's going to be able to scale. GAM are on a soft time limit. They are on a soft time limit to get this game done. We see that third item for Kai'Sa. That lead is still showing through in the 3 kills. In the 2 extra assists of gold. But Kai'Sa, or once this Xayah gets that LDR, it's close to over. It's going to be insanely hard for Pallet and Kiaya to walk forwards and just be able to tank still. And tank safely against a Xayah who's going to be able to space them. And there it is. The LDR is finished. This game just got so much harder for GAM. Kiaya has built almost exclusively health and no armor especially, which is not what you want into a Xayah comp. Into a Xayah and Nocturne is not something you want to build MR first. The Abyssal Mask, maybe not the ideal item to build here. And they just are able to walk into the river here and take control. Robo's caught out. Robo barely took any damage there to start the fight. It's not afraid of Kati. Knowing Kati has a very not damage-heavy build. A very weak damage build. The Kai'Sa, who's just going to mostly be doing on-hit anyways. Mostly armor here, except for the gargoyles. Oh, Tinon's caught out. The insect going to find him. He's going to get rooted up, but he's healed so much. And now Rout's just trying to go in. Croc's going to turn the lights out. Or not Croc. Yeah, Croc turns the lights out, jumps out of Kati, and this Xayah is able to wreak havoc with the ramming attack speed. That's a double kill. 5 kills. Baron is going to belong to Loud. And that's how you get back in this. It's 4 kills. I thought it was 5. That's how Loud get back in this game. They find an incredible fight. So well played by Seos right there to heal Tinons and keep him alive. Oh my goodness. Oh. Tinons is going to try and chase this a little. And that's so well played from Loud. That's what I mean. They love these team fights. They can navigate team fights so well. They just knew what to do. GAM didn't have anything, really, besides that Orianna. Besides that Ori, they had no clue where anyone on Loud was, and it did not pay off. Look at this. And this is what's immediately going to happen. You get this, but then the Guardian, the E, the Q, and the second Battle Dance keep them alive so well. Croc's just going to flash forward. And then just walk away. And then route. This is what I was talking about. They were able to just stand there before. But the Rel and the Renekton were not able to stand in front of route anymore. They can't. They get obliterated if they spend too much time near route. As that LDR is just shredding them for so much damage. And with those quick blades, Route is just able to lock you down so well as long as he keeps hitting them. As long as he keeps hitting autos, he's able to keep his passive up for so long. And now here comes the 4-1 split for Loud. And GAM are walking forwards. They're going to get the teleport. They're going to make this a 5v4. But Robo's just doing so much, and they don't remember. Croc can fly in right onto your Ahri. To half health Conti almost. It just immediately forced him to back up, and they're going to successfully siege this turret. Croc, they're going to try and chase down Croc, but it's not even going to matter. Conti can't threaten him at all. And now they have 2 cannons shredding this shredding top tier 3. Tinon's in the back lines playing the bodyguard. And they're going to try and get it. Kiaya versus Kiaya, Levi, Pallet. Here comes Slater from downtown. But Levi's already solo. The Featherstorm comes out. It's going to hit nobody, but it's going to be good for good damage. The Gore Trigger route's going to be forced to go golden. But that damage from Croc is so much damage onto everyone. Slater, Robo's just in the back lines. He doesn't yield, baby. Pallet's going to get feared up. Can't run. The Q3. Triple kill for Robo. And he's going to keep walking forwards. Kiaya is going to be so low. Kiaya is going to escape for now. Croc is tanking the turrets. Now it's Robo tanking turrets, and he's going to try and find Pallet here. He wants it. Oh, Robo, you madman in the back lines. And is this going to be it? This is the comeback that Loud wanted to find. They're so low. The dominance coming out again. Another Gargoyle's out for Robo. Kiaya's all the way the backlines. Pallet's back there too. Tinons is hitting so much damage with the spells though. A nice shockwave. GAM. Only down 2,000, but it's still so. The fact that they even came back. Look at this fight. This is what matters. Kiaya gets in there. Barely hits Tinons for any damage. An incredible shockwave to keep everybody off of route for as long as possible. The pullback's not going to be huge, but Croc is just hitting everybody. You just see Croc shredding people with that Orianna as well. Robo's just the chosen one, killing 2. He comes in, kills Pallet, or not Pallet, kills level 3. Level 17, kills 3. That's what I meant to say. Kills a 3rd. They kind of turn it back here, though. But that's so much still. Like, it's insanity. Kiaya jumps into the backline. They're going to get the shutdown onto Kiaya. And they're going to get a double kill onto Kiaya even. Almost dies to the shockwave there. But now this Xayah's terrifying. Cassante just doesn't die. And they're going to charm him. Look how little damage he takes. He took 0 damage right there. 6,000 gold lead gone. And Loud have been just chipping away at this gold lead for so long. And now they have the gold lead still. And they're holding on to it by so much. It was 4,000. It's 1,000 now. But they're still holding on to it as they look for this Chemtexel, which is going to be insanely good on this Cassante, who puts himself at half health. That's insane. They had about 70 to 80% chance of winning this, and now they have an 80%, they have like a 60, 70% chance of losing game 2, Pallet. Pallet, come on. You got to do something here. There's been so much done by GAM. They've played so well for so long in this game, but they did not prepare for scaling. It's going to be a teleport from Robo, make this a 4v5, and Robo's just going to hit them. He doesn't care about the damage at all. He's just hitting so much. He's trying to just keep them in this. The teleport way far behind. The steal! We got a Drake steal, but it's not going to be enough. Levi's going to give his life for that steal, and that might be the end. The teleport wasted and has to back. They stopped the Chemtech, but they don't have a jungler anymore, and that's going to be a Baron. They can't steal that. They have nothing to steal the Baron with besides a Void Seeker. And Loud are going to get a free Baron on top of an 1,000 gold lead. On top of a 4v5. They're going to reset and push. They might just straight push even. They are. They're looking at the mid lane. They're hungry. And they want these mid turrets. They want the mid turret. They want the mid inhib. They want the Nexus. Robo just able to walk forward. Does not care. Look how much health he has. It's going to dodge everything. That's going to be turret number 1 down. Onto the inhib. The Q3 is not going to hit anybody. Loud. Only going to land a stun onto Robo means nothing, and they're just going to walk away. They don't have a fight to take. They can just leave. They're going to get a reset. Let's see what they buy. Pendant out. That's going to be a second Blasting Wand. It's going to be Anathema's Chains finished. For Robo. Robo has finished the chains. He's going to smack those on whoever he chooses. It's going to be on Kiaya. Kiaya has the chains on him now. It's going to be a Maw finished as well. The Maw Malmorty is now done for Croc. Kati just has his work cut out for him now. Slater has more work cut out for him. And Croc's going to be able to heal so much. And the Guardian Angel now onto route. And that's going to be crucial as they have to kill 1.5 Zayas to even have a chance of taking out the AD carry of Loud. The double Black Cleaver, not an ideal build here, I would say, as you can only have one carve on a target and you stack the same carve, so maybe it's a strategy. Croc is just jumping onto Levi. Doesn't get too much of it, but Robo doesn't care. Almost an entire turret, half a turret by himself. The lights are out, and Kiai's all the way in the back line, and they're going to spot him out. He's going to have to run Flash Force, but Croc Sales are going to be able to jump forward. Route's going to get the first kill shut down onto Route, and they're going to start walking forward. This is the moment they wanted. Robo can just tank the turret. 2 shields given onto Robo. And that's going to be so much tank ability. He doesn't even get into a quarter. He's at a quarter still. And Tinones has teleport. Moves the ball forward for positioning. He wants to teleport. He has a death cap in base. Seos is going to get queued by Lee Sin. Going to tank the Lee Sin Q. Here comes the teleport from Tinones. This could be the end of the game. Seos has the quickness, has the jump forward. All they need is a big ultimate. Here comes Robo, full health. Robo is going to be so valuable here. He's just going to start hitting this turret. All the damage onto the turret. You're going to jump onto Croc. You're going to run away, but you're going to get feared for it. Double root. Route has won. The kill goes to Tinones for the second. Make it 3 for Tinones. And Loud get loud as they take the series and get a date with PSG Talon. And there goes game number 2. It's absolutely massive for Loud. And it's a massive, massive letdown for GAM. GAM were not expecting this at all. And it's going to be brutal for GAM because they had this in the bag for so long, and in the end, they lose the series on a massive 6,000 gold comeback, a 10,000 gold swing at one point from Loud, and CBLOL are 2 games away from a qualifier, from the qualifying match against from the second seed, bracket 2. And most importantly, it's a rematch with PSG. The team that knocked them out of MSI 2023. Loud. Give the L. And in their last 2 sets now, they've played 2 sets. In their last 2 sets, they are 5-0. Or 5-1. In their last 3 series, since playoffs, from the start of playoffs, 11-2. They have not lost in 4 games now. They haven't even been brought to a match. They haven't even been put at match point yet since 2023 spring. This is the year. Loud. This should be the year Loud show how good they are. They haven't even put on the brink since 2022 summer, by the way. In their last best of series, 4 losses in 6 best of series. This team is looking hot, and they got a date with Loud. Now, for GAM, on the other side, had a good game 2. They regrouped, had a really solid game 2, and this is their chance to show something. They're going up against a much weaker opponent in Rainbow7 on Thursday. This is their chance to make the case. This is their chance. They need a good set against an LLA team, and they're going to have either a rematch with Loud on Friday, or they're going to have a new match with PSG. Either way, they're going up against a very strong team who has not lost at the World Championships yet, obviously. By the time they face them, they will have lost, but they need to show signs of life if they want to make it out of this. If they want to make it out of the bracket stage into the qualification stage, they're going to need to show resilience. They're going to need to show an ability to stop teams from scaling on them. And that's what's going to matter the most. Because if they don't, they're going to get absolutely destroyed by 2 teams who love to scale in PSG and Loud. Or they're going to just face a completely different team that can beat them. BDS is in this bracket. If you come out as seed 2 of bracket A, you're probably facing Team BDS. Like, no questions. There is a almost certain chance, will put that on the record. There's an almost certain chance if you come out of the 2nd seed, you have to face BDS, and you have to face the best team in the play-in stage right now. No questions. So, GAM need to regroup and get ready, because even if they overcome their demons and beat PSG or Loud, they overcome their demons, beat Loud in a rematch, beat PSG in a first-time matchup, they still need to beat Team BDS. So, speaking of, actually, before we go there, tomorrow we have Team BDS versus Team Wales. I don't know the order. It's Team BDS versus Team Wales. And then we have Detonation Focus Me versus CTVC Flying Oyster. Both of those will be on the kimchicast tomorrow. I am done for today. 4-0 for the winning teams. That was a tough loss for GAM. PSG, we got the win. That's what matters. I will see you tomorrow.